according to my last check, you guys tried to do a long rest, but all of y'all failed. Or most of y'all failed.
Yep.
I failed.
Did too.
Yeah, I think that
None of
was
your
everyone.
Yeah, none of your resources came back. As
That's
you
okay,
are ready
because
to travel for day 3. Please remove rations as you eat your breakfast.
Oh, I'll give them my rations. Who wants it? Because I don't need to eat anymore.
I mean, I can use it.
Okay, here's how many do I have?
I think if you just have the explorer's kit, you get 10.
Yeah, here, take 10. Oh no, I bought 10, so here's 18.
18. All right.
He's
Yeah, and if Eddie, so for the log rest, you don't gain spells back, but can you change your spells or no?
Yeah, you can change
Okay.
your spells.
Okay, even if you didn't get the benefits.
Yes.
Okay, so just I don't know what everyone else is on food and whatnot, but if we're running low, just let me know and I'll prepare create food and water, and that creates like 45 pounds of food, which is a lot of food.
I was
So-
just gonna be like, not hungry.
Yeah, but I mean, even if a life without food sounds miserable.
That is very, very true.
I'm just saying. And if like Ulgrim came at you with like the best, just like a mountain of breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, orc sandwiches?
No, breakfast sandwiches. They got bacon, you got ham, sausage, egg, what have you.
So that's fair.
I think after a while you would want some. Not
That's
because
true.
you need to eat, just because they taste wonderful. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, the triplets. I forgot about them.
Wait, are they traveling with us?
They're traveling with you to Graven Hollow. Don't depend on them
Yeah.
on help, but
Yeah, they're coming with us, and then they're going to talk to some of the giants there about, the fact that they're the same person from different, or same Sphinx from different realities.
timelines.
And they
Wait.
need to go back.
How did the giants get past?
You don't
Because
know.
he had to run past. Yeah, how did he run past this guy?
Who said he got past it?
Yeah, I mean, he could still be there. I mean, all the first guy said was that he saw the giant and then left.
Oh, true.
So maybe we got like a alternate timeline version, and you don't mess with time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
As you travel further on through the Underdark, following the map of Narika, he says, according to this map, any moment we should encounter a river, and then we have to follow that river.
Oh boy.
Place you guys on the real quick.
no.
As you hear water from afar, and you see two creatures drinking from the river. They are very large and D-shaped and ugly. Very
those are really
disproportional. One of their feet is the same size as your feet, but its hand is bigger than your bigger than your upper body.
Wow, I really don't like that. Is this does Olgrim know what kind of creature this is?
You can make a history check.
Yes.
Can I jump in that?
Sure. Now, by the size of it, it looks like a very ugly giant.
Yep, that's probably the
Checks out.
ugliest giant I've seen in a while.
So, what do you want to do? Should we just sneak around?
Are they aggressive?
They are drinking water from the river that you guys need to follow.
We can just go past them.
And circle
Yeah.
around? Yeah.
Yeah, let's try to not bother them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't fight people that ugly. They have nothing to lose.
It might be contagious.
Yeah, maybe this is some sort of.
No,
This
no.
is clearly some sort of debilitating disease that they have, and I don't want to get it. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of.
Who's first?
I mean, Olgrim will go first. Just
The stealthiest.
I mean, it's not stealthy. He's just giving them a little bit of birth and just walking along.
As one of them turns around and sees you. Rah! Naka daka! Danka danka!
I'm gonna be honest with you, bros. I have no idea what you're saying. Yeah, in undercommon, so I can speak that.
Look at each other. You speak in a tongue.
Yes.
What's your business here?
We're going that way, to Gravenhollow.
They look at each other. Not good way.
Is this-
As they start laughing.
Why isn't it a good way?
To Gravenhollow, our river.
Okay.
As they point, swim into the river.
Do you perhaps have a ship or something? Not for
They
me,
look
I've
at
got
each other.
sticks, but for the rest of them.
They look at each other again and start laughing.
I turn around and ask Narika, are we going into... Like, is this the way? Or is there... Do we jump in the water, or can we go around?
Well, there's supposed to be a route that goes alongside the river, but I don't see it. But this is definitely the river.
Going in the river.
As the goats, if we go to the river, well, how deep is it?
Hard to see because the water is very filthy. So
Oh boy.
you have to step into it to.
Nah, I'm gonna just grip my grappling hook and just throw the hook in, holding on the rope.
As the current of the river pulls your grappling hook towards this side here, and it just floats a little bit there as it keeps as you feel a hard pull.
Is it tugging away from me, or can I easily just pull it back?
It's getting stronger and stronger the longer you wait. Right now, you can still easily pull it back, but if this rate keeps going, then you're gonna have trouble.
I'm gonna take it back out. And... Just gonna say, yeah, if we go in that, there's gonna be a fast flow. You might just get rushed.
I mean, yeah, Spitz can just climb along the side, but I don't think the... Is it like sheer rock, or would the goats just be able to like climb along the sides because they're nimblefoot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
goats are crazy on mountains.
They have
Yeah,
climbing
I've
speed,
seen-
So as long as you don't do it upside down, they can climb. So yeah, they can.
Yeah, then I mean, we could just go along the wall, and
That's
yeah, because we all have goats, or Spitz can climb as well. And is the tunnel wide enough for these guys to fly?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure what their wingspan position, but yeah, we should just be able to. So will you? He'll turn back to the twins and say, "Will you allow us to pass down your river? We don't want no trouble."
They look at each other. Okay.
Okay.
easier than I thought.
Righty.
As they move backwards from the river.
No. I don't want to burden Mr. Cuddles. So, my Steel Defender and Cuddles are gonna be one, and I have the slippers of spider climbing. So I'm gonna walk myself on the wall.
When you say like become one, is this some like sort of artificer merging of mechanical and flesh, or you're just strapping down?
I'm just strapping them down.
Okay, that's less terrifying than what I had in my head. But
Yeah, you pretty much see
Cyber
like these
goats.
green boots. Yeah, I just see these green boots, and I just start putting slippers on them.
I love that game. I love that game. No, Cyber Goats 2077 or
Cyber goats.
you know, its graphics were impressive, gameplay was fine, but it didn't quite live up to the hype. But river's flowing this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
and it is getting stronger.
Yeah, and we need to go downstream.
That's what the Rick in the map says.
Okay.
This
And
way.
yeah. Olgrim's gonna start climbing along. Or Spitz is climbing. Olgrim's just strapped in.
Are these goats saddled?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure.
We will wait for you at the end as the Sphinx trio just flies over it with a far greater speed than your mounts have.
It'd be really handy to have them around in case anyone fell. But yeah, I mean they're their own man.
They're missing out this amazing goats on walls.
I mean, just like driving through the mountains and like seeing them just stand like on sheer cliff faces, like they don't care at all. It's impressive.
I saw it in real life once in Switzerland when I was doing mountain climbing. I was like, how the hell did that beast get up here?
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, it's like you're on a wall.
This does not make sense.
Yeah, and they're just like chewing at some grass. You're like, you live here?
I'm like, sup? Come here often?
Yeah, and
No,
then they
you
just
apparently do with that chill, bros.
yeah,
Go
and
there.
they just hop off, and you're like, well, I guess
Yeah,
that's
go-
the thing.
Goats are cool as heck.
Yep.
Got my next ranger lined up.
Rolf,
Yeah, the goat ranger.
you notice that there's something moving in the water. And anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher also notices that there's something moving in the water.
Okay. Yeah, Ulgrim
Yeah.
notices.
Let's go 10.
11.
Yep. I'd recommend everyone get further up away from the water. There's something in there.
Yeah, it's
Indeed.
still working on the ceiling.
Oh, how sturdy are these goats?
Sturdy enough?
And you can roll me initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Wow.
Ah, Philvin, you lost some honor there.
Oh, you're right. It's like 3, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Alright, Rolf, you are first as you see a bunch of tentacles come out of the water.
And
These
where are
huge,
those?
They're huge tentacles, they're all here. Like, you assume from this size that the creature in there is probably way bigger than your goat.
Okay.
Alright. Zo, het zijn nu alleen nog tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. What do I have that can help? Can I cast frostbite on one of those tentacles?
Yes, you can.
Alright.
That's a con save, right?
That's con save, DC 17.
Failed it.
Two D6 cold damage.
As one of them shrivels a little bit back into the water. But the other tentacles still remain. Anything else you would like to do?
Not really.
Nandroshki, your turn.
Alrighty. I don't see this creature, do I?
Yes, you do. You see the tentacles.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Oh. Well, I'll do the only ranged thing I have. But doesn't spend anything. I'll do Ray of Frost. Which is cold damage.
Alright.
So 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
8 points of cold.
Doing 8 damage, making a frostbite and freezing a little bit of the water that comes off the tentacle.
Stuff. And I'm gonna go further up the wall. Almost to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Then Ogrim, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll also go further up, and it's just like straight below me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not leaving its opportune threat range if I go further up, or
You have no idea.
Okay. Well, we'll try. We'll have Spitz take the disengage action, and then I will move further up.
Alright.
And then I'm just gonna throw 2 javelins. Yeah, 2 javelins down.
Hits and 11 hits as well for 17 damage.
And I have 2 less javelins.
Yes, those are gone unless you want to start javelin fishing.
You know what? Normally, yes. But this water looks pretty gross, so probably don't need anything that's coming out of it. Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright. Sylvan, your turn.
Just gonna say I didn't notice the tentacles coming out until Olgrim threw the javelin because I was so offended how low it was and hits. I'm gonna just follow where a javelin hits and take 2 sharpshooter shots.
Alright. That'll hit for as with the first shot, a bunch of the tentacles start disappearing. They go away. The second shot is then on another pair of tentacles, and they still up.
How many tentacles are visible right now?
Right now there are 8 tentacles visible.
Okay. I'm just gonna have my grappling hook ready, and I'll end my turn.
Alright. And with 8 tentacles visible, first attack will be on Vincent van Gogh.
No.
14.
Do I have their sheets or no?
Yeah, you have access to their sheets. They have an AC of 16, so that's a miss.
Okay, I got it open now.
Then the second attack will be on Vilven. 20. For 22 bludgeoning damage. And he is grappled as he is plucked off of Vincent van Gogh and hanging above the water.
Oh, that was me. Sorry, I blanked out looking at the goat.
Alright, and now the third attack. That'll be on... That'll be on Cuddles.
No.
24 will hit for 20 damage on Cuddles, as Cuddles is now also hanging above the river.
And the Steel Defender is on Cuddles, so it either falls or follows.
Although the fourth attack will be on the Steel Defender. 27 for 14
Jesus.
damage, as the Steel Defender is now also hanging on a tentacle. And that'll be its turn. Rolf, your
Kind
turn.
of reenact what we're doing, but we need to stop.
Okay, crap.
Alright. I will use Produce Flame on one of those tentacles.
Alright. Will hit for 7.
Yeah.
There's a limit.
That's a turn.
Alright. And Roski, your turn. Cuddles and the Steel Defender are both grappled by the tentacles hanging above water.
That sucks. Alright, I don't want to waste more spells. I think Sanctuary. Yeah, no, it's not gonna help. Alrighty. I'm just gonna keep firing Ray of Frost. I'm gonna fire the tentacle holding the Steel Defender.
Alright.
22 to hit
hits.
for 8. And with my bonus action, I'm gonna tell the Steel Defender to. Well, actually, he's gonna try to escape the grapple.
Alright, go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics.
What? Athletics plus 4. 17.
17 as it manages to get out of the tentacle's grasp, but falls into the water.
Figured as much.
As the strong
Can make a
current
ball.
takes the Steel Defender away.
You got like insurance, right?
Well, not really. I have to make a new one.
Oh boy.
This one isn't even broken yet. He just floated away.
Yeah, you just lost him, like a parent at an amusement park. He's just
Yeah.
gone
Before
forever.
you see the two giants laughing at what's happening to you guys.
Yeah, they're dicks.
Oh no.
Anything else you would like to do, Drosky?
Ah, man. No, I think that's it.
Ogrum, your turn.
Okay, so we still can't see the actual thing. We just see the tentacles popping up. Okay. And like, how high is it from the surface of the water to the top of the tunnel?
20 feet, and by your guess from how big those tentacles are, if they wanted to, they could easily reach the top of the water, or the top of the tunnel.
Okay. Well, since it doesn't seem like we're just gonna be easily, like we could just get out of its reach, he'll come back down, and from the wall or somewhere along here, is he able to get to one of those tentacles?
Yeah, no problem.
He'll try. Can you get to the one by Phil?
Let's see. Now I have to do a little bit of math because of people in the way. Yeah, sure. If you use the dash on splits, it would be no problem.
Okay. Then yeah, he's going to just attack that one. Actually, can he reach Phil?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna try and grapple him.
All right.
Like he's just gonna try and grab Phil.
That'd be against the tentacles. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oops. That was wrong.
Whoa.
That's a lot of d20s.
And still over the 36.
This is what's supposed to be. The tentacle
okay.
has a good grip on Philvin.
Okay. Well,
Would you like to try again with your extra attack?
you know what? You're dexterous. You'll just grab onto me when I kill this annoying tentacle. I'm gonna forget that. I'm gonna grab lost memories and take swipes at this tentacle.
Oh no, I'm in range.
Listen, I tried to save you. 26.
That'll hit for 18 damage. Breaking. The 8 tentacles that remain all retreat immediately. As Cuddles falls into the water and is pulled with it. Philvin, the tentacles let go of you, but what would you like to do now?
Throw a hook at Olgrim and like, pull, please.
Alright.
I tried.
I'll say that would be for Philvin. That would be an athletics check for you.
Grab onto my hook.
As it hits Ogrim right on the helmet and then falls into the water, you get pulled away.
God.
Can I take an action surge and try again?
Sure.
'Cause Can I add it?
You pull it back mid-air and throw it at Ogrim again and punt it at its head again.
My hand! Put it in my hand!
I'm athletic, it's fine. I can do this.
You can make
And
a
I'll just-
Constitution save as you are being pulled through the water.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Oh god.
Alright.
Good rolls.
Yeah, you've
Thanks.
been rolling well.
I'll just heal while I'm panicking in the water.
1-2 is 1. 3-4 is 2. As you go through the water, you have a hard time breathing as you're being pulled along the rough edges. As you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Great.
I believe the robot is immune to exhaustion, but the goat is not. But
Guess
the
we gotta
goat
pull
made the
that
save.
Fuck you, goat.
As after a while, after a long road through a very rough river, it gets a bit. The river gets a bit quieter, and you see the 3 Nazidises waiting for you at the end of a cave tunnel, and one of them like helps you out, fishes you out of the water. I thought I got a fish. No, a dwarf, and it's not even the right dwarf. The other one was obsessed with fish.
Who's this? Oh, the Sphinxes.
With the Steel Defender and Cuddles waiting there for you too.
Cuddle survive. Oh, great. Thanks. Thanks.
You
I think
look
we're gonna
tired.
go. Yeah, I think we need to go octopus hunting once I recover.
Oh, we didn't notice any octopus.
Trust me, there was.
Alright. As the rest of you advance the river, because that's the only way you'll ever find out what happens to Philvin, and it is still the road you have to go on. You travel for a while without any tentacle problems, as you meet up with Philvin and the Steel Defender again. And the 3 Nazidises. We've been waiting. They all
Oh,
say
you
it.
found Phil.
Yeah, we fished him out of the water.
Yeah, I'm Philvin. Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, a pleasure to make it out. I figured the Orc Water would have, subdued you.
Not this time. Some might say I have high abilities.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like you should have done better than you did, but you did worse than expected.
I think I had a pebble in my shoe and it kind of just affected how I moved. So I got it out.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay, yeah, you take care of that pebble. yeah, we keep going. Do we need a rest here? Take care of some of.
I'm good to go. I'm kind of tired,
Yeah.
but we just started. We just started.
Yeah, we.
It's nothing that a good night's sleep won't solve.
Maybe.
Well,
I feel like we have like a. Some of us have like a worse than 50% chance of not sleeping. But yeah, let's keep going.
Can I like stealth myself on the goat?
How do you mean?
Is there like a pouch I can like comfortably ride in? I can just hide in.
No.
Okay.
I mean, we could rig up something like with a blanket, turn you into a dwarf dumpling, or like a big sack.
Yeah, because I was
hang
thinking.
you off the goat.
Yeah, I was like, hang on the side, put like a white blanket on.
Okay, well,
I
you couldn't be on the
understand
side.
idea, but the thing is that you can't use a creature to hide behind unless you're a specific type of halfling.
The goat's big.
Yeah, I think that
It's
if
just
you
more
try
like,
to hide,
how the rules work in the game.
Fair.
yeah, what's
Not
that?
it's not. It's realistically completely possible. Rules as written, sadly not possible.
I mean, it would be funny when the octopus attacks next time, and he's just like trapped in his own sack, and he he's just like he turns himself into like a little dumpling that the
that
the octopus gets to snack on.
Yeah, the octopus eats the goat and was like, "Oh, is it a dwarf inside?"
Ah,
Nice.
it's like a
surprise.
fortune cookie. So you get your meal, and then you get like a little snack afterwards. It's great.
Thanks, guys.
You'll be fine, or you won't. Turn yourself into a dwarven dumpling. We'll see what happens.
As the rest of the day goes off without any problems, you guys stand ready to make a long rest. So, you set up camp, and time for those DC 15 wisdom save to see if anyone gets their stuff back. Or loses an exhaustion.
Wow.
Ilgrim and Rolf get their stuff back.
The wisdom
That's
voice.
Here it goes.
Oh, there
Hell
we go.
yeah.
Philvin stays exhausted.
Hell yeah.
I'm taking courage. Here it goes. Dang it!
As Drosky
Not enough
still,
courage.
yeah. As Drosky still has a bad night's of sleep.
Yeah, we need to get like some sleeping powder or something for you guys.
Just
Philvin's the biggest complainer when he's tired, so all morning, I'm too tired to move.
Listen, that's what Sven said. That one time before we got ambushed, and he was in the back, and we heard the spiders and never saw him again.
Sven was a tool.
Yeah, and you can be too if you don't get moving and stay with the group.
I'll get in my goat pouch.
Listen, we did talk about the goat pouch. It's a bad idea. You don't want to unbalance a goat while it's climbing a mountain, because you're literally attaching yourself to it.
Ugh, fine.
Where's atonement?
Right, and during the night, we're still having to move to like through that same river, and it's like
You're already
Like
done
an
with the
Atlantis?
river for now.
okay.
Yeah, you got to the end that you had to follow.
Okay, good.
Oh, but I cannot use boots.
Yeah,
As
you
Erika
should be fine.
says, there should be for the next part, there should somewhere be a granite stairs going down, and that's where we need to follow for day 4.
Okay.
Wait, it's like granite stairs? Is it like naturally forming, or what's going on there?
Granite is special type of stone.
Yeah. How
It's
many
something we
stairs do
dwarves
you
know
know?
about stone.
Yeah. How many stairs do you know
Damn right.
just naturally form themselves?
A couple.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Oh God.
As you lose honor, and it's like
I've
Philip
lost
says
this
a
battle.
lot of says a lot of nonsense. But this time, I think he might be saying the truth. Orkmead.
Nonsense. Okay. Well, apparently we've got some stairs to find.
I will note down dwarf no rocks.
Yeah. Right after dwarf hates orc.
Oh, okay, I put that down too.
Now, in this world specifically, fire giants.
And fire giants.
I mean, we can hate more than one thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
The
We can
thing is,
hate-
in this world, there's historical reasons why dwarves hate fire giants.
Okay. I'm just saying, dwarves got they got warm hearts. They got a lot of grudges to go around. Anyway, we're looking for stairs.
As you travel for a while through the Underdark further on ahead for 6 hours until, as you walk through the hallways, the green mist of Vezarez is all around you.
Oh, damn.
I would like you to roll initiative.
Ooh, we got it back, boys.
There's the honor back.
Yeah.
You saw what
quick-
happened to you saw what happened to Splint with this with this yucky stuff.
Yeah.
You're prepared.
Yes.
Should have spent
alright.
some honor on it.
Quick question. I don't know, but my character would. Is it all magic, or is it just like spells that go crazy?
All magic goes crazy.
So would say something like the divine smite, would that still go weird?
No, because that's a thing that your god gives you. But spells and
Okay.
stuff that can go completely hunkawar. Sometimes
Okay.
even that is unpredictable in the Vezarez.
Okay.
My rolls today are awful.
What are you talking about? There's only pebbles in your shoes.
Oh, let me empty it real quick.
Yeah, you do that.
Alright. Ogrim, you are first. I would like you to roll me a charisma save.
Okay.
16. You're completely fine. The Vezarez is here and you were prepared.
So did the fog just appear?
Yeah. And it appeared like...
Okay. Well, he's just going to group up with the rest of the group until, hopefully this clears.
And Narika shout, we should still look for those stairs!
Okay, well, stay close to me.
Right. And Rolf, your turn. Charisma save. That is a success. You're fine.
Alright. I stay close. Yeah. Ik move was when I move when the others move.
Alright. Then Droski.
Ready?
Charisma save.
Charisma. Oh,
Ah, you're good.
where is that? On wisdom saving throws. Why? Alright. Are we moving or are we staying?
Everyone is huddling up right now, at least the ones that already had the chance to move.
Alright, yeah, I'll move along as well. Like, do we move on the map?
I mean, dash action when someone else moves, you move. Do you want to do
We should-
that, or...
I'm actually gonna move.
Alright.
See what's ahead. So I just did 5. And it's gonna take me, it's 10. I can only move here.
Keep in mind that the goat has 40 movement speed and can also dash.
That's 40, right?
So 80 total. If you dash.
Alright, 80. That's minus 10 because I have to go through Philven and Vincent van Goat. So I'll be right there. Yeah, yep.
So the goat rushes past it into the mist. Then Philven, charisma save.
But I don't have magic. Uh-oh, watch me fail. Hey!
Yes.
Let's go.
If
I'll-
only, if only.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow Droski. Come on, guys. Oh, I think I just bugged out there.
No, you're... think you're
I'm just gonna fire. Yeah, I think I have 2. But let me just fire in the cardinal. Just fire over Droski, see if it hits anything other than the wall. But I'm gonna end my turn after that.
Alright. As you fire this direction, you hear a ting that it hits that it hit rock, but that was it.
Okay. I'm good.
Ogrim, another charisma save.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I have good charisma.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Oh boy. I can either stay here or actually I think I have a thing for this. Oh goodness, you guys are so close. Okay, we're gonna move here. Oh, you're so yeah, I'm gonna use Channel Divinity. That's not magical. Or that's not a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm gonna use hold up my holy symbol and use this one. So unfortunately, you are like 5 feet too far, and I can't get both of you. But I'll get Rolf, myself, Philvin.
Droski is the only one that's not affected.
Yeah, he's just 5 feet too far.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna move up to get next to him because I mean, he's the only one I couldn't get. So
Give him your paladin aura, at least.
yeah, tried to spread that out as much as possible, but yeah, that's all I got.
Rolf, your turn. Charisma save, this time with advantage.
Oh goodness.
Thank you
Good
for
for
the
you.
advantage.
Good shit.
Alright,
Anything else you would like to do, Rolf?
no.
Alright. Broski. Charisma save.
And I add +5, right? Four.
Just 4. I only have a
4?
ancient
Alright.
charisma.
Alright. No worries. Normal one +4, so that's 17.
That is a success.
Alright. And oops. Not what I wanted to do.
You guys are rocking it on these charisma saves. I was not expecting that.
Neither was I. Wait. There we
We
go.
are not out of it.
Yeah, the worst can still come.
So that's I don't know where I'm going. I'm going right.
I don't know where you're going either.
Isn't that the way? I can go back.
I can't see where you moved, so I don't know where you're going either.
Oh, I went down, then there's a little curve to the left, and down again, and then to the right. I'm gonna drop
Now
myself.
can I see it?
I'm
Now-
not
now
seeing
I
any.
can see it.
I'm
Now I
not
can
seeing
see it.
anything. Just a bit of map, but that's about it. Like only a couple frames.
Well, your dynamic lighting is on. So
Yeah. But that's fine where I stood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll my screen again. Good
Alright.
stuff.
Go
Yeehaw!
then. Charisma save with advantage.
9 + 4.
That then becomes a
16.
16, which is a success.
Hey. Okay, bye. Thanks for buff. Don't know where this man went, to be honest.
He went the road you're going now.
Oh, I'm stuck. I can't move anymore.
You want?
I'll just use my token. I think I'm stuck on the wall.
There you go.
I'll just get as close as I can to. I think I was like 10 feet behind him, so.
Yeah.
I'll just keep an eye out. Just do a perception check around us.
Alright. You look around. They're pretty confident there are no other creatures in the mist right now, except for the ones that you already know of. Ogrim, charisma save. With a 23, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm following down. I can get to there.
Alright.
And yeah, I'm just taking the search action, so
Go ahead, make a
just keep an
perception
eye
check.
out. Yeah, I have advantage because of the sentinel shield.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
Both
Yeah,
of you
yeah.
roll 13s, and both of you are just as confident about that end conclusion.
wow.
Yeah, this is fine. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got.
Alright. Rolf, your turn. Charisma save. And with a 16, you are successful. No problemo.
Phil? Alright.
You want me to move your Rolf if you're stuck?
It should be fine. Yeah, that's
Alright.
the turn, I guess.
And Roski.
Charisma
Charisma
save.
save. No bonus,
No
no
bonus.
advantage.
No
Flat
nothing.
save.
Oh boy. Okay.
18.
Wow.
What is this?
We're rolling really well. Some of us.
Yeah.
For charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 80.
Like
So if I
nobody except for Ilgrim has a score above a +5.
I'm gonna stand there, and that's
And yet,
Double
we've been hitting
dash.
16s like 16s or 17s every time.
yeah. And that's a double dash.
Yes.
For now.
Thanks, now I'm gonna fail.
Velvet's
Yeah, I mean,
turn.
there's always a chance.
New save. With advantage, +4.
There it
Oh,
is.
There is the first failure. Now roll me a D100.
Thanks, Rolf. Oh no, that's pretty high.
You cast fireball centered on yourself.
Yeah, stop casting spells, Phil.
I'm a full caster, yes.
Didn't we warn you about this?
No.
Alright. I need to change the area here a little bit. Give me one.
Change the area.
What?
What is this? Is it cultivate?
The
No,
ground
I think it's
turns into
plant.
lava in a basically 5 feet radius around you.
Pardon?
God, I'm out of there.
By goat.
So that means that Balthazar, Spitz, and Vincent van Gogh need to make a dex save, or else they'll fall into the lava.
Oh, sweet Neptune.
Oh, the goat rolls well.
Okay. Splits is okay. Oh, yeah, we got some nimble goats.
And a with that plus, is the plus already added with Spitz, or?
No, that's just, he doesn't have proficiency in dex saves, so that's just his 16
Yes,
dex.
So so he'll get a +4.
Plus
for save.
4,
Yeah,
so he gets to
then he
17.
makes it, because else he it. So out of the way of the lava.
Yeah, Spitz just gets up on the wall.
Sorry, I forgot my crossbows or wand.
And Philvin also gets 13 psychic damage.
My mind.
And that is
God,
also
I'll-
automatically the end of Philvin's turn. Ulgrim,
Dang.
your turn.
Yeah,
Charisma
we're
save for
climbing.
you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd say I was not worried, and then I saw what happened to Phil.
But with an 18, you're
18.
fine.
Okay, yeah, we're climbing up and around this. Yeah, I'm stuck in a wall, so I need you to move me.
Like this? Good.
Yeah. Oh God, Trusky, where are you?
I'm all the way here, buddy.
Yeah, I have
All
no
the
idea.
way here.
Oh God. Man, this is gonna start degrading real fast. So that was about 30. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep moving. I mean, we gotta find these stairs.
I mean, I'm in front of some stairs, but
Well, why did you say anything?
because I'm yet to see if those are the stairs. I need Narika
Okay,
to
they are
say,
stairs, therefore
are.
they're good enough. Yeah, I get
Yeehaw.
to there, and I'm still keeping my eye out.
Alright.
That's all I got.
And Rolf, charisma save.
Yeah,
That is a
I
failure.
knew.
Roll me a D100.
And I can't help any
Uh-oh.
of you. That's like DC 14, right? 15. And I cannot help any of you. So I don't even see you.
Your arms become tentacles.
What?
That's
Stay
How many tentacles?
He has he had 2 arms, now he has 2 tentacles. But no fingers
those
anymore, so no casting spells with finger waving anymore.
Somatic?
oh
You-
fuck! I knew it.
We need to get you, we need to get that fixed.
You're a druid, right?
Yeah.
I wonder what happens if you transform back. Do you transform with the tentacles back? Is that your permanent?
I don't know.
Might be. I don't know. This is weird.
There's only one way to find out.
And you also take... I almost forgot about that. 18 psychic damage. That is definitely the end of your turn. Drosky!
Hey,
Charisma,
charisma save. No bonuses. Oh boy. And I'm gonna use Flash of Genius to add a +5 to that and become a 16.
And you are successful.
Because I don't want to find out. By the way, if you need me to attack Flash of Genius, I'll flag it. There it is.
Yeah,
I can
just
add-
tell us if that's the way out.
I got my intelligence modifier to any saving throw ability check that I use. That I do. Either me or a creature. Jeez. Alrighty. And yeah, double dash. I guess I'm gonna be out of
You're
here.
coming left behind.
Goodbye.
Yeah, you run down the stairs, and as you go lower, you see that the Fezarez stays up, so you're safe.
It's safe here. Woohoo!
Okay.
Alright. And Vilvan, a new charisma save.
I will use Flash of Genius.
No artificer, mate. Roll me another D100.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's low. It could be good.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how this works.
All spells that you cast are now bonus actions.
Hell yeah! All my spells. Let's go.
Yeah, that really helps you with all the spells you've like been casting to get all this
And
effects.
from that,
I-
from that idea, you get 15 psychic damage.
Ow.
And that's the end of your turn. Like, hey, my spells, I can cast them as a bonus action. What spells? Ah!
I'm a full caster. Ah.
Ulgrim. Wisdom or not a charisma save. You're fine.
God.
Yep. But hearing that there is an end, he's gonna move, and he's gonna be on this wall, and just be there, and he's just gonna yell, "It's down the hall and to the left, please, for the sweet sake of Neptune and all the lesser
Neptune.
stars."
I'm waiting with
Start
you
moving.
with tentacles.
Oh God, we're gonna. No, you're looking
And they
fine.
look
You're fine, Wolf.
They look exactly like the tentacles that grabbed you the day before, only these are smaller.
Oh man.
Oh my God, he's Zoidberg. He's
Yeah,
Zoidberg.
he tries to put on like a brave, just like stone face, just like everything's fine. This is fine. It's all fine. You need to get to the end of this hallway and turn left. Just do that for me, please.
Rolf, charisma save. Wait,
Oh
comes to
my God,
17, so you're fine.
Yep.
Huh. Alright.
Run!
Run like the
There
wind.
is a way I can go over the
Yeah,
over the wall.
The Finken climb, you can go through so like this.
Yeah, you could just like go along the wall. Listen, goats and cats don't make sense.
Alright. This is 40. I think this is where I stand at the moment then.
And Drosky, you're in the safe zone. You want to go back to the danger zone? Or just wait?
Oh hell no! I'm just gonna make some space for the people.
Alright.
Alright, be waiting for y'all here.
Philvin, charisma save.
Hey, there we
Fine.
go. I really want to shoot my goat and push it 10 feet too, but it's alright. I'll just double that. I'll just dash as fudge. Hold on. Okay, I'll have to measure out manually here. I think that's 4. Do I still have my movement?
If you dismount your mount, then yes, but that'll cost you half your movement to dismount your mount.
Fuck that, buy goat.
So half your movement, so you have 10 feet. You can still move 10 feet.
Can I action dash?
And then you can dash, and then you have another 25 feet.
And then use my bonus action as a rogue to dash again?
Yeah.
Bye, goat! Follow me!
Hey, where's the goat? Where's the goat,
Too
friend?
slow. Too
Your
slow.
goat's gonna get turned into a eldritch horror, like
Right?
It's-
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm a bad pet owner, alright? And I end my turn.
Righty.
Alright, Ilgrim. Charisma save. You good.
yep. And we're moving up. Oh man, that poor goat.
Fuck the
Gonna have to make a
goat.
save. Gonna have to make a save in Philvin's turn.
Actually, wait, no. We're gonna go down here. I don't care about the goat as much as Wolf. You know, I'd like to save the goat because I mean, you know, it's a nice goat, but yeah, Wolf needs some help.
Alright.
No, I mean it's fine. That the tentacles are becoming.
Rolf. Charisma save. And with the +4,
15.
right? 15?
Yeah.
You made it exactly, because the DC is...
Oh God, you're
found out.
you're bad for my heart.
The DC was 15.
Yep. We just found out.
I think the lowest we had rolled until now has been a 16.
Yeah.
Did anyone save the poor goat?
Listen, you abandoned your goat. That's your dog you left out in the cold to die.
No comment.
And I'm destined to safety.
Alright. Well, Drosky, you're safe. See the rest arrive. We're going to the moment of truth. Philvin's goat. Vincent van Goat. Can it make the charisma save?
Do you want me to roll or do you have it?
I can roll it, you can roll it, I don't mind.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
that's a failure, so roll me a d100, see what happens with the goat.
Goat, you're a spellcaster?
Oh
A
shoot!
95.
Dang goat!
It's turning into something. It's hunting you down.
Man, this goat.
The defense of the goat.
It must choose a creature that becomes vulnerable to all damage. Guess who it's going to choose?
Feel
Not
Who
me.
that abandoned him.
I'm not there. You
Yes.
can't see me.
Hey, choose a creature, not
Damn
a
it.
creature that you see.
That's what you get. You leave your dog out in the cold. Betrayer.
We call this karma, as the goat takes some psychic damage.
Fuck that goat. He give me. He give me.
karma.
Yeah, that
Give-
wouldn't have happened if you had just stuck by your goat.
I knew the goat wasn't gonna betray me, so I had to kill it first.
Well, you should have, taken
You betrayed
two
the goat
sharpshooter
before
shots
he
at it and
betrays you.
put it out of its misery.
That goat had bad blood.
Charisma save.
Sheesh.
You're good.
Listen, that's why I went back for you schmucks. Because it's, yeah, I'm gonna move up. Oh, poor goat. Yeah, just climb along the walls. Did it not run out on its turn?
No,
Can-
if you
can-
fail to save, you can't do anything during your turn. You only accept the wild surge.
Then for my action, can I throw like a lasso around it?
Sure.
And I'm gonna start pulling it out.
Alright. It's a bit slower, so I didn't do the math with how much you walk, but now you.
It was 30 to get me here, just like along the wall, and then so I can go 15 more feet. Yeah, and I'm just dragging this poor goat out.
Well, the other initiatives don't really matter that much, so Philvan, again for the goat.
Come on, goat. Be better.
Roll me another D100.
It has a -5 to charisma.
Yeah, it's a goat.
Oh, that's
Animals
good.
All animals have super low charisma.
Hey, from one end to the other.
Puppies.
Yeah, I'm looking at a giant goat, and it only has a -2. -5 is like it has a 0.
These aren't the normal giant goat. These are things I made.
Okay.
Let's see. The goat can choose one target that gains a +2 in strength.
Oh, guess who it chooses?
I'm being really nice to it. I'm helping it out.
There you go, Ilgrim.
Yes! Yes! 20 strength. Let's go.
Is it like a permanent thing?
You don't know.
Yeah,
Oh.
I feel emboldened by helping this this goat out.
Oh, you found my
Karma.
goat! You found my goat. It bucked me off. Thanks for fighting it,
Yeah.
Olgrim.
I pet the goat and I stare at him.
Oh, he bucked me
Phil
up for
the
some
evil-
reason.
The goat gives Philvin the evil eye.
What? You kicked me off.
I don't believe you. That poor goat stranded out there. I'm gonna give it 10 of my lay on hands.
Can I sleight of hand put my hand between his end and the goat?
Sure, go ahead, make a sleight of hand. That'd be against Ilgrim's passive perception.
Oh, that I could.
That's not gonna go well.
Yeah, I have a passive perception of 25.
You son of a. Can I use Flash of Genius?
Yeah.
He has to use that on you. You don't use it from him.
Yeah.
I
I'm
know,
not
I
seeing
know.
that, so. I'm more worried about the ancient white dragon we're about to fight.
Wait, what?
What?
No, it's nothing. Go back as you were.
Oh, I'm kind of panicked now. I'm gonna heal real quick.
Nah, there's no dragon right there. I didn't even see what was there.
You're all right, Vincent. And just Olgrim just scratches his head, abandoning your mount.
Yeah, Vincent, you abandoned me, you son of a.
There, Vincent. We all know what's
On a
happened.
bad gun.
You know what? That worked out all right. Not amazing. Well, I mean, it's all right for Olgrim. Not great for Philvin, and pretty horrible for Wolf.
Guys, why do I have a sunburn? And the air kind of hurts.
Oh, you got sunlight sensitivity now.
What?
Yeah, it's like that all the time when Splint opens up, his the Blade of Horrors.
Oh god. I can't
Yeah.
be in the sun anymore?
Well, I mean, I think you just can't be in darkness, maybe. 'Cause
Ooh,
I get that feeling when it's light out.
darkness sensitivity. Okay.
Yep. That's clearly what it is. -2 int and -1 int with salt.
You never lie, Olgrim. I believe you.
Oh no, I lie all the time. Anyway, we should leave this place and God, Rolf, what are I? Does
Yeah,
this
well.
look like?
That was so much fun.
Yeah. Does Olgrim have any idea how to fix this? Could he ask
Make an Arcana check for us.
N3? Oh God, Arcana. Yes. This is why I made this character.
Olgrim is like,
Wolf, is this something you I mean, you're more of the spellcaster than I am. Actually, N3. Panel of threes. You guys.
Yeah?
Do you guys know how to cure this?
Well, let's see if they do.
I'm ready then.
Can I also try it?
Oh, you can make an Arcana check, yeah.
Alrighty. And
Lose
that's
honor,
yeah.
you have no idea. So 3 months
Oh.
are better than 1, so I'm gonna roll their Arcana check with advantage.
Yeah, there we go. Bunch of Time Lord Sphinx buddies. Oh God.
Oh yeah, we know. He either has to cast a Greater Restoration spell, or he has to have a good long rest.
Oh, well, that's not the worst. Yeah, we could, if it's just a long rest, then it should be fine. What about that guy?
Same story.
He's
Ow!
okay.
Ah.
Yeah, he has darkness sensitivity.
Yeah, he needs a proper long rest or a greater restoration.
Okay.
Just so everyone knows, Splint can cast it once with Dawnbringer per day.
Okay. Well,
So you can basically solve one of those right now, or you could later on take a long rest, and if one of them doesn't make the wisdom save for the long rest, then he could cast it on the one that failed it.
well, I mean, if we get rid of
Either
one
would be good.
today, even if the other one fails, we could fix it tomorrow. And like,
That's true.
if we're gonna move forward, we need Rolf to be able to spellcast. Otherwise,
Yeah, I think Rolf takes priority because I can still do damage without the rest.
yeah,
It's just all
I
the
mean,
damage
you
that you
normally-
take is doubled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a range of like 200. I should be fine.
yeah. You normally stay to the back anyway. And
Yeah.
Rolf, I hate to say it, but he needs to be able to cast spells.
I know Rolf's definitely the priority.
As Splint pulls out the sword, the Dawnbringer, as the light cometh.
Oh no! I
Be
hate
careful. Be careful, Rolf. You're in range.
As he taps Rolf with the sword, his tentacle arms turn back into normal arms.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And is there any
Good.
way to make these effects permanent? Because I feel stronger for some reason.
Then the Cetuses look at each other. We have no idea if that is able to be done.
Okay, but mine will disappear if I have a rest as well. Okay.
I dare you not to take a rest.
I mean, I am down exactly 10 lay on hands and a charm divinity, which will come back on short
The
rest.
thing is that if you don't take a long rest, then the next day you have to roll 8 Constitution saves
Sheesh.
for an
Never
entire
mind.
day of walking.
Yeah, it's just a quick dip into 2 levels of what's the warlock invocation where you don't have to long rest anymore. Yeah. Anyway, Rolf's up. We should continue.
Indeed.
As you
Right.
travel for an additional 2
So-
hours, you set up camp and make ready for a long rest. As we will roll the wisdom saves to see if you get a proper long rest.
Would Olgrim's bonuses work if he's up beside him?
You want to if he allows you to sleep the entire night right next to him, then yes.
Hey, best friend.
I will cuddle up too.
This
Hey,
is
best
starting
friend.
to get- this is starting to get very warm. Yeah, that's fine.
I have the Steel Defender just, fan us with his hands.
I'm gonna do like a cough and drop 16 gold pieces in front of his feet. Oh, sorry, I sneezed.
You know what? I'll take it. But if you start grabbing me, or whispering about orcs, you're going to the outside of the puddle.
Oh, I sleep like an orc, so.
Over with a +4. Okay.
You want to roll first?
Yes! Yes!
Hey!
Finally, everything is back!
And get a proper long
Can I-
rest, the exhaustion is gone. What did you want to say, Ulgrim?
I was going to say, is there some way where I could just choose to fail? But I already rolled, so.
Choose to fail.
Except for Philvin, even with the +4, still has that
Why did-
exhaustion.
Why did you push me in the puddle? Oh god.
No,
I feel
it's
so
a
rested.
cuddle- Yeah, it's, I feel weaker.
You sadly do feel a little bit weaker.
Sad times. It's okay. He had a happy afternoon. Anyway, that's another ration. Okay.
So we're now
It's
on
okay.
day 5. That means that according to Narika, if everything went perfect, at the end of this day we should be at Graven Hollow.
God, thank God, no more traveling. I cannot sleep another night without resting.
You just rested.
I know. For the first time after days.
Yes. Before we go anywhere, we'll just make sure that Phil gets his vulnerability to everything cured.
Yeah, that sounds smart.
As the monk pulls down the sword of light again and goes thup. As the daylight bursts out into the Underdark, Philvin is... Philvin, would you prefer to be cured from your exhaustion or from your vulnerability to everything?
I'll take the vulnerability off, please.
Alright.
Oh yeah, and Drosky, where did we end up on those goggles or the sunglasses?
We're still working on those.
Okay. Boy, every time he takes that sword out, I get a migraine. Yeah, that's
I have to talk to Yannick about that. See if there's anything that I could do.
Talk about that outside of game.
Yeah. I know.
See how I don't do crafting during games because that is way too much to think about with balancing and everything.
Oh, totally. Yeah. It wastes a ton of
But
time.
you're allowed to craft, but that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to craft. It just means that it's outside of the game.
Alrighty.
then yeah, let's get out of here. And yeah, we're headed to Graven Hollow.
To Graven Hollow.
Almost there after all these days. As you march a long time. And as Cetus to say, think we're almost there.
Ready? Oh,
Alright.
let's start
Wait,
moving.
are we in the town?
No, we're almost there,
no.
I said.
Start moving. Should have changed my slippers for the boots of Elvenkind.
As Broski, you see a creature eating another creature made out of stone. As it takes a bite out of it.
Boy. Just turn around, see who's behind me, and just signal with my hand, like hold. And I'm gonna very gently go back a few steps. See if perhaps it didn't notice me. If you want me to roll out the stealth check, I'll do so.
Go ahead.
Alrighty. Okay.
Yeah, it has no idea. It's still enjoying its stone meal.
Hey, I whisper. Alright, there's a creature there. Eating another creature made of stone. It's not that big. Think we can take it.
Okay.
Try it.
You said it's eating rocks?
It's eating a creature made out of rocks.
Do you know what it is?
Let me take another look.
That'd be an Arcana check.
Alrighty.
Oh, you
27.
definitely know what that is. That is a basilisk. It is a medium monstrosity, unaligned. It eats. If you stand within 30 feet of it and make eye contact with it, there is a big chance that you will be turned into stone. And the creature itself only eats creatures that it has petrified itself.
Alright. Hey, it's a basilisk. If you look into its eyes and it sees you, you go hard. Stone hard. And then he'll
Okay.
eat you.
I see.
So,
Well.
no looking at the beast.
That's great for us. We are immune to petrification.
We
But
are?
would you look at that?
Yeah, and we're almost at Graven Hollow. I believe.
Oh, it was the Sphinx that said that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, who's immune to petrification?
Could
Does
you
that
not
mean-
just, do a favor and kill them for us?
That creature hasn't
If you-
done anything bad to us,
That's true.
and we have this time triplets predicament we need to solve. I would say here
Yes.
you are goodbyes as we go to Graven Hollow.
You're just as bad as Vilvin.
Hey, what?
As the
Abandoning us just when it gets interesting.
as the three sphinxes fly over the basilisk, and the basilisk looks up to them and is like, and then Ogrim hears the words, "Damn, I've never seen a sphinx before. Well, always a new surprise in the Underdark." As he takes another bite from the stone creature.
And was that in Undercommon?
That was in common.
Oh. You know what? We could try reasoning with, we could kill it. But we could try reasoning with it first.
Alrighty. Let's go.
From around the corner, because let's not try and make any eye contact. He's just going to yell out, "Hello, Mr. Basilisk, sir and or ma'am."
Hello, I'm a sir. My name is Rick Hill.
Pleasure to meet you, Rickhill. I'm Ulgrim.
Hello, Ilgrim.
Trusky.
Sorry,
We have Phil and Rolf too.
could you wait a moment
Yeah.
down there around the corner? I'm finishing lunch.
Yeah, we're looking to, move past you to Graven Hollow. Ideally like to avoid a fight. But we do have very pressing matters, so, would you mind letting us pass?
Oh, you're going to Graven Hollow. Oh, you can just follow me
Yeah.
after I'm done with lunch. Gotta go back
Yeah,
there.
I mean-
Somebody inside. Somebody inside him, please. I'm away from keyboard.
I mean,
I trust it.
yeah, it seems reasonable. Yeah, you just let us know because we don't want to get turned to stone because we don't want to get eaten, and that would create a confrontation that I don't think would end well for either of us. So
Thing
just
is,
let
I
us know.
hate eating things that can talk back. Makes me feel guilty.
Yeah, I feel the same way. That's why it's mostly mushrooms for me because they don't got brains, except for the talking mushrooms. I don't eat those.
Haven't seen those in a while, though.
Yeah, I mean, you see them occasionally, but they mostly stay to their little little groves.
Well, I'm all done with my dinner. Follow me and keep your proper distance.
Yep. Then Ulgrim will move out. Start following about 40-ish feet back.
Look, Grim. And I will cover my eyes.
Yeah. Ulgrim's just going to follow. This seems like a reasonable basilisk.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at it directly. I'm just gonna keep it in my peripheral.
I'm just moving it closer for copy paste.
Look out! It's got a gun!
Oh no, it's coming right for us! It's about a half an hour from here to Graven Hollow.
Okay, and you live there?
Yeah, the stone giants there gave me the mind to think for myself and talk.
Oh, that's very very kind of them.
Yeah, they're great.
Are there a lot of stone giants there, or is it just like a couple?
There is one, but he is with many. Give me a sec
Okay.
to pull out my notes for Graven Hollow. That's the wrong one. As you travel for about a half an hour, the basilisk seems quite talkative. Asks you questions where you guys are from, what you're doing here. Do you guys have any hobbies?
Yeah, I make robots
Oh,
and
that's
build
cool.
stuff. Yeah, you want to see what this guy can do?
Sure.
All right. And I give him a couple of tools for him to juggle. And he attempts to juggle.
Be an acrobatics check for him. Performance, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, acrobatics. That's a 4.
As he juggles, all the tools fall on top of his head. Dung, 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 dung.
Yeah, I didn't say he was good at it.
Rickle laughs like, he's a clown. Yeah, I've seen those in visions.
Yeah, a clown. That's exactly what he is.
As you walk further. Okay, when we are at Graven Hollow, we're supposed to look for a man with a mask. In the visions that I've seen, he is supposed to be the key to finding how to stop these demons and how to get rid of the Fezzeres forever. So
Alright.
that's what we have to keep open to. As you walk further, you finally go into the grand entrance of Graven Hollow from afar. You see a large gate, and you see that the wall goes up many 100 feet, and you see pure granite stairs and well-laid stone masonry. As you see guardians, they are stone giants, but one thing that you notice is that they all look exactly the same. Like, twins don't look this much alike.
Now, are they actually made of stone?
No, they look like this. So
Well, yeah, I was just wondering if they were like constructs.
no, they're not construct. They're definitely they have a more stony skin than humanoid creatures, but they are definitely still made out of flesh.
Okay.
As Rico
Flesh.
walks over towards one of the stone giants. Hello, Stonekeeper Hernu. These people have come to visit Graven Hollow. I had my lunch. Stone rabbit. Good for you, Rakul. Now enjoy your time in this time spent. As the basilisk walks away.
Cool.
Greetings, creatures from the land of the dream. I am Stone Speaker Harnu. What is your business in Graven Hollow?
Hello, Stonekeeper Herdu. I'm Ulgrim Guzgak. And is our group? We're here looking for someone to help put an end to the Harnu. Yeah, looking to put an end to the demon invasion and the stinky air that came with it.
The Tesseract.
Ah, yes. All are welcome in Graven Hollow, but let me explain you a couple of rules in here and how Graven Hollow works before you truly enter. Graven Hollow is a place beyond time and the multiverse. That means that you can see people from the past here that have visited Graven Hollow and people from the future that visit Graven Hollow. There is but one rule here in Graven Hollow that can never be trespassed. And if you do so, you will feel the wrath of us all. As behind you, 5 more stone giants spawn out of the ground. And this rule is very simple. You do not attack or harm anyone from the past or the future. We do not care what you do with people from your own timeline or different worlds. But the past and the future cannot be tampered with in Graven Hollow itself. Do you understand?
How do we know if they're in the past or the future?
They have an aura around them. A red aura means that they are from a different world in the multiverse. A green aura means that they are from the past, and a blue aura means that they are from the future. no aura means that they are from your timeline.
Someone take that down.
Yep.
Because I only got half.
Yep. Red is from different world. Green is past. Blue is future. Nor we can take them down.
Can also take people down from other worlds. It's also no problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that sounds like, kicking off a war of the multiverses.
Mm-hmm.
We have enough problems with one reality shifting into ours.
Yeah, because this seems just like a ticking time bomb, I think.
You know what? It'll be fine. Don't think too hard about it.
Time in Graven Hollow, as it is beyond time and beyond the multiverse, doesn't flow as it flows in your world. You could spend one day in Graven Hollow and hundreds of years could have passed in your world. You could have spent 1 minute in Graven Hollow and a week could have passed in your world. You could have spent 1,000 years in Graven Hollow and only 1 minute has passed in your world. That is a risk you take yourself for entering. Any questions you have?
Do you happen to know a man in a mask?
There are many such creatures in here. I would suggest searching the rooms and finding things. And if you look for an answer to a question, just visit the rocks. But the harder the answer is, the harder it is to find it here in Graven Hollow. But you can find an answer to everything from past to future that has ever happened in Graven Hollow.
We're going in.
I'm just a bit stunned on their appearance because it looks like they took in a cart. But I'll go.
Well, I mean, they're probably like the same person.
Yeah, they're like you can't find the difference between them.
I mean,
I'm very thrown off.
yeah, it's odd, but I mean, we're walking outside of time itself, so there's bound to be some shenanigans in there.
All right.
Anyway,
Let's go.
yep.
Let's move.
Let's go.
As you enter, you see a fish frog man wave at you guys. Larga. Hello. My name is Fusa. Welcome to Graven Hollow. Larga.
Pleasure to meet you, Fusa.
Fusa. My name is Fusa the Awakened. I am the most powerful creature in all existence. I have learned of the future and the past. Larga.
Do you know a man in a mask that we're looking for?
I have seen Tarantuffin many times. Not very nice. Larga.
Do we actually have a description or just the mask? Olgrim.
Just a mask.
That sounds like a question for
Just a mask?
Narika.
Robes, a mask. And I saw him in these halls. I recognized the halls as he entered it. Visions aren't the most reliable, but they do always come true.
Can you describe the mask, or was it just like a nondescript
It was
mask?
a mask with on one side silver and on the other side gold.
Let's go in and start looking.
Alright.
So is Graven Hollow like a full town? Like a
More
full
like
town,
a
no?
overgrown temple.
Okay. Also, Olgrim, I'm surprised that you kept your composure back there, speaking to a fish.
I mean, like not a minute before, I was chatting with Basilisk.
There's difference. Basilisks are cool. The fish guy kind of stink.
Well, that's pretty racist of you.
Whoa!
That's mean.
I can just smell him. What the?
Shusha can also hear pretty well. You do
Yeah,
not
well,
insult the most powerful creature who have ever existed. Log.
No, don't. I would say don't mind him. But I mean, you really shouldn't mind the goat betrayer.
What? Log?
Yeah. No, he's a betrayer of goats. Just talk to Vincent. He'll tell you all about it.
Well, what? Shushar will talk to Vincent. And Shushar walks over to the goat. Hello, Vincent. This man that insulted the most powerful creature in existence and betray you. Logga. As the goat goes, bah. Logga. Ah. Logga. Ah. And they just keep going unless someone interrupts them.
Can Olgrim just turn, spits away, and just walk off?
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna get off my goat and just walk away.
I am heavily impressed.
As they
that
still
they can
like,
communicate.
Logga. Ah. Logga. Ah.
Yeah, I think that problem solved itself. Let's go.
May I give you a cup of coffee? Bah. Alright. As both Shushar the Awakened and Vincent Van Goat walk off.
Oh, I'll just take off my stuff from the goat. Okay, bye, Vincent. Have a wonderful time.
Logga.
What a
I
weird
think that
day.
ended up. I think we came out on the winning end of whatever that was.
We certainly did.
I'm confused.
Yeah, hopefully he's. Hopefully, there's more goats around that you can find. Because let me tell you, walking, it's chump move.
Certainly with the speed that we have to travel.
It's
Don't
okay.
worry.
We could tie a rope around him and just have like butthead
Yeah.
track him.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I got my ways.
Alright. You have 3 sides you can go up to. As everyone on their mount passes Philvin as they kind of laugh it off. Yeah, he got ways.
I got ways.
I say we go left.
Don't have
Yeah.
a plan, so yeah.
Following Sushar
Wait.
and Vincent Van Goat.
Yeah, that's where that guy went. I don't know if you want to follow him.
Well, I mean, he lives here, so he must know where he's going.
That's fine. That's okay.
Listen, I use an retortable method to figure out which of these 3 ways we could go.
Okay.
Alright.
And it's telling me to go that way.
You haven't stirred me wrong yet, Olgrim. That's okay. Unlike that goat.
Listen, we all know you hate that guy.
I
And
love.
all it did was love you and let you ride on its back for, days on end. And one day you're going to see the issue with that.
There's just a montage of me walking around this town in the rain.
Temple. As you go to the left, and you guys are talking about each other, you see a very large platinum dragon waving his claws, or waving her claws or his claws above 3 rocks. And as you're talking and entering, a very angry elf approaches you guys and goes, "Shh! Lady Shireen is working."
If you would just tell us where the man in the mask is, we'll leave.
I have no interest in what sort of man in the mask. This is a private chamber for Lady Shireen, and she is doing very important work.
You're being very loud.
No,
Yeah,
you
can
guys are
whisper
being
quietly.
loud. As the elf sounds a bit upset and basically just shouted it out. As the dragon's head turns around to you guys. So you hear a female voice coming from the dragon. No worries, Silnar. No need to be rude. Graven Hollow is everyone's territory. You are looking for a man in with a mask?
Yes, hello, your great platinumness. I am Ulgrim.
Oh, please just call me Sharn.
Pleasure to meet you, Sharn.
Same.
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh.
So I heard that you were looking for a man in a mask?
Yeah, he has
Indeed.
a silver and gold mask. We need to talk to him about potentially saving our world.
Ah, yes. Yes, I can see. What type of threat is your world facing currently?
A lot of demons and sticky air.
Ah,
Teseresh.
Bezeres.
Yeah, sticky air. That's what I said.
A horrible predicament. I'm sorry I could not help you personally myself. I am overseeing another great threat to the multiverse. But the man you are looking for, last time I saw him, he went straight ahead.
Like that way?
No, in straight, she points towards there.
Oh, that way. Thank you, Sharn. We'll just leave you to whatever you're doing with rocks.
Well, this is a bit sad, but yes, I will continue with my rock work.
Well, rocks are important. Dwarves know the importance of rocks, and we know the entire world would collapse if there weren't any rocks in it.
That is definitely true, young dwarf.
Yep, they're the foundation of the entire world.
They indeed are. And with these rocks, I can see the foundation of many worlds.
Well, then, I hope that whatever battles you find victory.
I hope so too. For if I fail, you would be wishing that the demons would come back if you are successful in your mission.
Well, then we will wish you the best of fortune.
Best of fortune yourselves too.
Yeah,
Silnar,
I'll
give these people a drink, would you not? Would be a wrong host. But my lady Shireen, they have inputted it on your work. As the dragon gives him a serious look, and then walks over to you guys and, would you like a glass of wine?
Yes. We actually have some of our own. Do you like mead?
Oh yes, I do.
Then have a swig of this, and I'll hand over the drinking horn.
Comes a lot bigger in her hand. Invigorating. Haven't had a giant drink in a very long time. She hands it back over to you. Thank you very much, you all. I'm sorry to be rude, but I must continue with my work. But take this as a little help. I hope it will help you in your journeys, and she gives you all inspiration.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Ooh.
Ulgrim does a little cheers with his wine and downs that.
She
I'm
goes
gonna
back
bow.
to, as she goes back to touching the rocks again. As you see another Stonekeeper Haroon keeping watch.
Yeah, that's it.
By
Ulgrim's-
Silnar.
Yes, have the most.
Gives you guys like
least-
he points at you with two fingers, and then at his eyes like, I'm watching you guys.
I do 3, like I have a third eye. Do the same.
Yeah. You don't want to see how many fingers Spitz has to use.
Uh-oh.
I'll lend you a hand.
Yeah, it's okay. One day we'll get Spitz mechanical hands to replace her front prongs, and that'll be a good day.
For you or for spreads?
For Spitz. I mean, she doesn't have fingers.
Not yet.
Eventually. Well, I mean, she's, she always goes on about, like, how malleable our little, or how, like, horrible it is to have, just fingers instead of arms. But I mean, she's always wanted both. She's got, like, 8 arms, but she doesn't have fingers.
As you go
Monday.
to the next room, you see another Stonekeeper Haroon, and Rolf recognizes, and Ulgrim recognizes, a very old King Brunor Battlehammer. And this is like King Brunor is supposed to be about 200 years old. This looks like a 350 Battlehammer, who is in a wheelchair being pushed around by a young dwarf. As Narika looks completely surprised by this.
Wait, who's that guy?
That is
That
King
guy looks
Battlehammer.
exactly like my father,
Oh.
but he's supposed to be dead, and that aura tells me that he's from the future.
So, he's not dead.
But he looks so
He
much
must-
younger.
This guy looks younger?
This guy looks so much younger than her memory.
Ooh. Dwarven politics.
As they wheelchair over. And the guy himself is also very surprised. As he points at Narika and is like, and they point at each other and they say, Mom, Dad, how do you look so young? And how are you still alive?
What?
What?
Huh?
Yeah, they look all just as confused.
Who is your mom and who's your dad?
Who's
Huh? The dwarf points at Narika and says, she looks exactly like my mom, but she's way too young for the last time I saw her. And she says, he looks exactly like my dad, and he looks way too young since the last time I've seen him.
Who? Who's your dad? Who's he pointing to?
She is pointing at Safkaroff.
Oh, you're talking as Narika. I was
Yeah,
so
These
confused.
two.
Okay. I got my characters
Wait.
confused.
They're
Wait,
pointing at
this
each other.
is her dad, and that's his mom?
That's what I'm getting confused at.
No, he's not. His eyes are different. The color of his eyes are different, but he looks so much like him.
Alright,
Time
so
travel,
he's
baby.
his family.
Yes.
Alright, so we're
What
good.
year are you guys from? Says the guy.
We are from the year enter year.
Yeah.
What's a year?
You know, you can't just say enter year.
It's a dwarven calendar. No need to worry, you'll learn it soon.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to survive that long.
Are
Let's
you
not
from
burn
before
him.
Are you guys from before the demons successfully took over the surface, or from before?
Before
To come to service?
we're still fighting them in the Underdark.
Yeah.
We are the rebellion. You guys, I'm sorry to say this, but in our future, you guys failed.
Well, we're gonna succeed in our time
Me and
past.
Timeline.
Yeah, Ulgrim's starting to get a headache.
Alright, let the smart people talk.
Wait, did Narika say one of those dwarves is dead? Supposed to be dead?
Yeah, King
no,
Bro.
Wait.
it's at Safkaroth.
Yeah.
Like here, these two.
Yeah, these guys are supposed to be dead.
So what are they
Bruno
doing in
is
the
still
future?
supposed to be- King Bruno is still supposed to be alive. Only Safkaroth is supposed to be dead.
So what is Sadgaroth doing alive in the future if he's supposed to be dead now?
Okay,
He replies, "My grandfather Safkaroth is dead, but I've always heard that I look exactly like him." Except for
Wait,
my
oh,
eyes.
you're the son.
no, that's a grandson.
The grandson.
As Nurika looks confused, is like, "When did I? If I'm supposed to die on this mission, how do I? Huh?"
Well, apparently you don't.
Wait, what?
That's your kid from the future?
Which means you survived to give birth.
This is I.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm just gonna put my hands on my ears. You let me know when this is over and we go find the man on the mask.
Alright.
Me and Ulgrim are losing our mind.
Else I am. What when I'm going to talk to these guys for a little while, and I'll follow up for you guys, okay? Because I want to know a bit of details about it. What the hell is going on here?
Okay, but before we leave,
Stone Speaker Harun walks up to explain the simple fact. You are people from the past, they are people from the future. Very simple. And timelines, there are multiple futures possible to be created.
what is going
Yeah,
on?
No need to worry. It just means that in the future, we failed. But that's a possibility.
So you guys
But if we
failed them.
succeed, then their future stops being their future. And that's it.
A single
It
drop
becomes
of blood
our future.
starts running down from Ogre's nose.
Okay, let's leave. But
We
before we
don't.
leave, Sartgaroth, the Sharn Great Worm said a masked man went this way. Did you see him pass at all?
Yes.
Remember?
Taranta Vryn. He brought us.
Taranta-
I'm gonna fill out the name just to be sure that I pronounce it correct. Tarantar Fryn.
Runter friend. Jesus.
How you spell it?
I was
Oh,
close.
Yeah, I mean, I was close if I replaced the U's I put in with A's.
True.
As he points, he went that way. We traveled together to Graven Hollow. He said something about bringing a message here as the hope to change the future.
How long goes that? That's where you walk. Was it like an hour ago? 2 hours ago?
There's no time here.
What?
There's no concept really of time here. People don't age. But
Now my nose bleeds.
as Narika says, I'm staying here for a little while to talk, okay? You guys go look for the masked man.
Are you sure about that? You can't really stay here too long.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Hope we talk a lot when you are born. As she walks past her son.
Yeah. Oh, well, we gotta go save the multiverse so that or save the world so that you could have him.
Yeah, who knows? If we succeed this time, he can't. He would still be born or not born. I don't know what the feature is.
Yeah,
Time travel is
deciding.
complicated, says Narika.
Yeah, I'm just not thinking about it, and my headache went away a little bit.
Okay, I'll join you.
Yeah, just think about
Fish.
a nice avalanche, the rocks coming down, crushing everything underneath, and you just go into a perfectly silent sleep.
It's a bit dark.
As you go,
No,
the
it's
tunnel
peaceful.
that the man follows, you come into a new room.
Mario.
Mario.
You see a guy,
It's
a
a
short
me.
guy. You see a short guy at a table eating spaghetti.
Tarantar. Is that him?
He doesn't wear a mask. Oh, hello. He jumps right at her. Hello, I am a Mario. Who
We
are
just
you?
need to leave. We just need to leave right now.
Pleasure to meet you, Mario. I'm Olgrim.
Hello, Ilgrim. You want the spaghetti meatballs too? I have plenty of spaghetti meatballs.
You know what? That actually sounds quite nice. That's a very generous offer.
Here you go.
I'll take you up on that.
Oh, hello there. Hello there. He gives you a plate of spaghetti meatballs, and he jumps right in front of you. You also want the spaghetti meatballs?
Sure.
There you go. Cheddar.
It's a very dwarvish thing to do. Gotta eat it. I just look at Olgrim and smirk.
I mean, I'm eating I'm having a plate.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Alright,
do you know
I'll
how
film
hard
that.
it is? Do you know how hard it is to find good food down here?
I'm good. I don't eat anymore.
You don't eat.
I have not eaten with many people for a very long time. I'm been stuck here for quite a while, trying to save the princess.
But is your princess here?
No, I'm trying to find the princess from Bowser.
Would you say she's in a different castle?
Yeah, that's the problem. You keep putting her in a different castle. I am here to find out which is correct castle.
Well, how are you
Okay.
finding out? By just sitting here eating meatballs?
Oh, this is just lunch and dinner.
Oh,
I touch the
Well,
rocks and then I try to find the princess.
well, best of fortune with that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen a man?
masked.
A one, Tevenar Vrin?
Ah, yeah, the asshole. Did not like spaghetti meatballs. Throw it at Mario's face. You went that way.
Okay.
Points at the side.
Yeah, I mean, they're very good. It's a very good meal.
Thank you. You want recipe? My mama made it.
Sure. Do you want some mead?
Oh, yeah.
Here, where's your glass? I'll top you off.
Here, Nah. Oh, that is good. Mario, thank you with better gifts. Not just recipe. Mario can only write in Italian. You probably do not speak Italian.
I don't know what an Italian is.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. Gives you a flower.
Oh, why, thank you. That's very generous. I here have a vial of acid.
What are the thing? The flower, if you eat it, you will become more powerful. Very flamey powered.
Oh, why, that's very generous. If you
Yeah,
drink
yeah.
that one, you'll die.
Yeah, I save it for Bowser then.
Yeah, you just throw that at him. It'll eat right through his shell.
Jerry.
I'm compelled to give you this dagger, Mario. Take this dagger, Mario.
What do I do with dagger?
Stab Bowser.
Yeah, I can jump on Bowser.
Yeah. Just keep it handy, just in
Yeah.
case.
Yes. Well, thank you for the meals and the polite conversation and whatever this edible flower is. We've got to talk to a man in a mask.
Hello.
What is this place?
I don't know, but I like it.
I'm gonna, cause I have a little bit of experience as a rogue. I'm definitely thinking this is poisoned or a trap. So I think.
It was good meatballs.
Oh no! Did you eat it?
Yeah, Olgrim cleared like a couple plates.
Okay. Rolf, you're a druid, right? Do you think you can see if this is poison or not?
Listen, dwarfs no poison.
Um,
You can make a nature check for it.
all right. For that got out, no poison.
Oh, okay, I believe him.
Boy.
But I don't know what kind of experience you have in the underhand tactics, Olga. But when someone gives you food, don't immediately eat it.
Listen, you don't survive, that long in the Underdark by refusing good food.
Understood, but
Plus, as a dwarf, you're largely immune to that kind of stuff.
we
Pretty
are.
much eat anything. Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
note
resistant.
I note that down.
Yeah. I mean,
By the way,
what other people think as poison, we just think as good solid food.
fair enough.
I mean, you should have seen some of the meals we ate back home. They would have killed a human.
I walk past Olgrim writing in my notebook, but it's just no words in it. It's just a bunch of scribbles.
Okay, well, those are clearly not words. But we're not going to get into it. We're just going to move on.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, look at this guy.
Follow the path. You see a human-looking man looking at, gazing at a stone.
Could I? I'll talk to this guy. Hello. Have you seen the silver gold mask man that we're looking for?
He points at across the bridge that you're going down.
Like over here?
He points like.
Okay. Yep. Olgrim's gonna head that way.
Who's this guy?
My name is Prince Levistus.
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, everybody that we passed so far is talkative except for this guy.
Well, there was Silas, who was not a fan.
He was still talkative though.
I mean, I think his whole position was that we shouldn't be talking and we should be leaving. Yeah, nice to meet you. We're just heading that way, looking for a man in a mask.
Yep.
As Narika's like, are you by any chance the Prince Levistus?
Who?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Can make a
Is he
religion
human?
check. He looks human.
Can I do a history instead?
Yeah, that would work as well.
Religion, you said? Alrighty.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know this
no
guy.
idea.
He just got. He was born yesterday.
Oh, I have a +9 religion, dude. Okay.
Well, this is not a complete failure, but also not a complete success. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's the name of a devil.
Yep. That's why I didn't
Oh.
say anything.
The guy who's stuck in
Fish,
ice.
Yes, but
Yep.
this one is clearly not stuck in ice. With his.
But I don't know. So I find this guy kind of just plain because I have a 1 in history. I'll walk past him.
Yeah.
One and true
But I
one.
would-
I see some of you are sword fighters. Or battle hardened. Would anyone like to do a duel?
Yeah.
Not to hurt anyone,
Um,
because then we'll get into trouble with these guys. Points at the Stone Giants.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to fight people with blue auras.
Yeah. Gonna find you.
Yeah,
Wait,
they
was-
said would die.
Some other time.
Wait, I thought it said not kill. I thought we could fight him.
Well, no. What he said was, "Do not harm anyone from the past or future."
Oh, okay. I didn't listen.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
Sorry, plain looking human. I can't.
Too bad. Was hoping for some entertainment here.
Same.
Hey, if this guy, no. I mean, if they say it's all right to fight, I don't mind fighting. But we also
Is it
got-
okay? Is it okay to fight this guy? And I pointed.
You know the rules.
Man.
You're not allowed to hurt anyone from the past or future.
Know the rules, and
Yeah,
so
no fighting.
do I.
I'm sorry, Prince.
Now, here's a
Word,
question.
Riggets.
We can't
What do you say?
fight.
He was talking to the Stone Giants. Boring Riggets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, Olga. What'd you say?
I was gonna ask. We can't hurt them. Can they hurt us?
For them, you are from a different timeline as well, so they cannot hurt
Oh,
you either.
Oh,
Okay.
so we're the past.
yeah.
For him, you are
I
the
guess-
future.
Ho
No,
ho!
they're blue.
Alright. Because
Well,
now
let me
it's
double check.
frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Anyway.
right. Can you
Yeah.
just tell me all the lore you have for him later?
So
I
done.
think he's like my favorite.
I think it's the rule of the second layer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Alright. See you later, Prince.
Hopefully not.
I'll get you a loot.
Bye. Let's duel some other time.
We certainly will.
That's very foreshadowing. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope we don't see it again.
I'm pretty sure I watched a 30-minute video about what you forgot about Levistus.
Yep. Almost ruled all the Nine Hells. Asmodeus smacked him down. It's a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah. Rabbit hole of first time playing D&D. Oh,
That's
there we
the man with the
go.
mask.
That's him. what looks like an elf-shaped body standing at one of the stones. In robes with a gold and silver mask. As he turns around, looks at you guys. Ah! Ilgrim, Rolf, Philvin, Roski, Narika. Long time no see. Or in your case, the first time we meet.
Yeah, my head's gonna start hurting again, and I'm just gonna let it happen.
Is this Splint?
Oh, this is
As he floats
Tarantar.
towards you guys. We will meet and spend much time together. But that is for your future and my past.
We're meeting right now.
Yes. My name is Tarantar Frin. And for you, this will be the first time you meet me, and I'm sending you out to a mission where me will meet you for the first time. As you have seen, the timelines are diluted, and our mission has failed to stop the Demon Lords. But after many years of research, I have figured out how to fix this in your timeline for a better future.
Alright. What do we need to do?
You need to take my spellbook to my younger self so that he can enact a ritual that will summon all the Demon Lords to one location and have them fight each other. Then he will enact a second ritual to remove the power of the Fezarez temporarily from the last remaining Demon Lord. And then you guys will have to take down that one remaining Demon Lord.
So whoever survives the free-for-all?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still very skeptical of the back.
That is the simplified version of the plan, but many things still need to be done before it can be achieved. First off, no offense meant, but all of you are currently too weak to even stand a chance against the Demon Lords.
I was feeling stronger like 2 days ago, and then I had a nap and I felt weaker.
Well,
I'm exhausted.
I have something to make sure that your strength does come up. As he pulls out a couple of letters.
Ooh.
As he hands one to Rolf, Trotsky, Enrika, Ilgrim, Philvin, Splint, who as a player isn't here. But he will hand one to him as well. Feel free to open them. They are messages from your future self.
Wait, he can write?
You know what? That gives you hope for the future.
Why is your letter in my handwriting, Philvin?
I can't read, so...
I'll read it out to you.
Philvin,
no.
yours, as you do you open up the envelope?
Yeah, I opened mine. I can only read...
Yours is drawings.
I knew it!
I was thinking...
You never learned to read, right?
No, I was thinking thieves can't.
Oh, it's a pictograph.
I write and read thieves can't, and that's it.
Oh, it's hieroglyphics for you.
And everyone that opens up their envelope recognizes that as their own personal handwriting.
Whoa, this is how I draw a house.
Yeah, another drip of blood comes from Ogrim's other nostril.
As you read it, it gives defined details about flaws in your combat style and how to fix them. And with that information from the future, you have officially all leveled up to level 11.
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I can infuse items with magical energy, with spells.
Now, even with these hints from yourselves in the future, you are currently still not strong enough to take down a demon lord. But this will be a good first step. Now, for your mission. You have to take my spellbook to my younger self and convince him to participate in this mission. To find my younger self, he pulls off a ring from his hand. That he has a glove on, and on that glove is the ring. Pulls off the ring. This ring will teleport you once a day or be able to teleport you once a day to my old mage tower. There you can find my younger self and convince him that he will have to participate in this ritual, or all of the Underdark is lost. Now, when you get teleported to my mage tower, it is important that you remember the password, for else the Guardian will attempt to kill you. It is Mayloth, the fake queen. Mayloth, the fake goddess, make the worst fate.
Mayloth, the fake goddess, make the worst fate?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, there you go. Oh, okay.
Now, there are many things we have to go through before the ritual is complete. But would you prefer my younger self to follow it up and explain you further, or do you want me to explain it?
Well, how about you explain it, and then, like, if we need to prove to
Ooh.
the other guy, then we know, and then he'll be like, "Oh, do you know anything about this thing?" And then we tell him.
That is good. Give me a sec to pull out the correct page in this thing.
Also, I like the fact that the letter is just a drawing of his face, thinking really hard, because it's indomitable and I can reroll a save. So it's just a drawing of me thinking really hard.
Yeah, just give yourself an aneurysm, and you get better.
So, like I said, the plan is simple. We use a ritual to lure all the demon lords to one location. Then we activate a second ritual to make them all fight each other. And then third off, we activate the third ritual to make sure that the demon lords are not empowered by the Fezzeres. That way they will stay weaker. They will become weaker than they normally are at their full strength. I believe Rolf here can testify how powerful even the weakest of the demon lords is.
They are strong, yes.
And when he is cut off from the Fezzeres, you guys strike him down.
Okay. But you said that there were like a lot of other steps that we do like before then.
We need a large amounts of ingredients for the ritual to work. We need an intact, unhatched egg of a purple worm to channel great physical strength. We need the center eye of a Death Tyrant to break down the magical resistances and overcome the magical forces. We need 6 feathers from 6 different angels to enrage the demons. We need the heart of a Garisto to reach and influence the hearts of the other demons. We need 13 thin masks, that's a Underdark plant, also known as the Devil's Mushroom, to lure in the demons. A few bloods or ichor from a demon lord to connect with the demons to the ritual will call. And this is the hardest one of all. We need to go to the original location where the demons were summoned in Menzoberranzan, the Drow capital. Go to the I actually have to look up the name from the location.
That's definitely the hardest one, yeah.
We need to go to the Tier
I mean,
Breach.
the hardest part is spelling that.
Tier Breach. And there we will find the main portal where the demons came from. And there they will there we will have to enact a ritual.
And what was the first one? I started with Center Eye.
That was the
Unhatched
purple
egg of
worm.
a purple worm.
Yeah, it goes purple worm, center eye of a death tyrant, 6 feathers of angels, heart
6
of a
different.
Yeah, well, yeah, 6 feathers from different angels. A heart of a Gristro, 13 thin masks or devil's mushrooms, ichor of a demon lord, and then we need to go to the original location where the demons were summoned in Mezcor, blah blah.
Dang.
And as you need the blood of a demon lord, you will also need to fight one of the demon lords before they are weakened just to get that blood.
I asked. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, that sounds horrible.
Fair. I'm gonna ask Tarantor. Does this need to be done? Like, is this basically a list? What should hit first?
These are the ingredients you need for the ritual to be successful.
Any priorities of any of them?
No, they are not, but my past self would have an ease with finding some of those ingredients and would have a hard time with others. I, in the book, have written down, as I have tracked down the locations here, different locations where you could find the purple worm egg, the beholder, and the angel feathers.
Okay.
Okay, so is there anything you'd want us to tell your past self?
No, the book has many details and information that my past self can use.
Okay, and if he asks us, like, hey, how do you prove that, you are who you say you are?
You want personal information?
Or just something that, I mean, it doesn't have to be super personal, but like something only you would know.
Like your middle name, for example, if no one knows it.
Or any embarrassing tattoos.
Or markings.
I know something that only I would know from the past. For now, it's useless to go after Anubis. That would be enough.
Damn you, why are you saying things that pique my interest so much? The Vistus, Anubis.
Okay, we'll tell him that.
And are you sending us to... Oh, I wanted to ask this earlier. Is this the same plan that you did in your past, which failed, or is this a different plan?
We did it this was partially the same plan. We just executed it wrongly.
And what did you execute wrong? Because I don't want us to do that.
First, we went. One thing, all the demon lords have put a part of their power in the Thesaurus, and they can all summon their power from the Thesaurus, so they share power together. And that makes them stronger than they normally are, although they are already very powerful, even without the Thesaurus. We found out a way to cut them out from the Thesaurus. We only had, but the ingredients to do so, we could only do 3 times. So we killed 2 demon lords, and then everything was ready for the large demon bull, as we called it.
Nice.
One thing that we learned was that after 24 hours, even though the demons that call off the power of the Thesaurus are gone, the power of the Thesaurus still remains. So, if you kill a demon lord and 24 hours pass, the remaining demon lords will become more powerful. So the demon bull happened, and the demons were more powerful, and they killed each other until one victor was there, Demogorgon. No, my bad. Wrong notes. One victor was there, Orcus. And we were ready to fight Orcus. Sad thing was for us that Orcus was a lot more powerful than we expected him to be, even without the Thesaurus, due to the 2 demons we killed beforehand.
Okay,
So
when
Orcus
we
beat us, and then he just hid and hid for those 24 hours, and then he became more powerful than all the other demon lords combined.
Okay, so when we go to get the Ichor from one of the demon lords, we have to not kill him.
Or, if you do kill him, make sure that the ritual takes place within 24 hours before you kill him. Or after you kill him. Because else all the other demon lords will become more powerful.
So if we kill and do the ritual, that power doesn't get transmitted. It just stops and ends there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Well, wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Just remember that the first task you have right now is to gather the proper ingredients. And convince my other self. You can use the ring to teleport to my tower.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Is there anyone we should talk to before we leave this place?
I've been sending messages for years to try and find you guys through this. I do not think... As a earthquake happens.
Oh boy.
Oh shh.
And even the stone giant is like, what the hell?
Did you all level up? Or should we do it at the long rest next time?
as the earthquake happens, you hear shouting through all the different tunnels. As you see from afar, already the flags of Gragglesturg being raised.
We should leave.
Good luck with this. Bye.
Definitely.
Yeah. Can you tell us the fastest way to get out of this place?
The ring.
The ring, I guess.
Oh, can
That
we
would
use it
not
from
work
here?
in here. You'd have
Oh.
you have to go to the exit to for the ring to work.
Yeah, because we're like outside of things.
Oh, you're right.
Well, how many of us
Yep.
are? 1, 2,
We-
3, 4.
Are we taking the goats?
Of course, we're taking the goats. You filthy,
Yeah, we should.
Ugh.
you filthy betrayer.
How many can I do? Just one creature.
If you
It'll
want to
be
leave
fine.
here, he points there, points it there. Follow that road. Although you still might encounter a bit of Duergar. Let me check. As he goes towards one of the rocks. It seems they have had an alliance, and 2 of your friends are with them, Rolf.
Oh no.
Who's his friends and why are they
Oh
in
my god. Oral and Lormiel? I don't know them.
Let's see.
That's only Rolf to know.
Oral
Yeah,
and
you don't.
Flint.
I'm just a tourist. I don't know these people.
Or
Oh.
friends.
Yeah, you don't want to fight them. At least not Oral. It's a truck.
This is bad.
Yeah, I mean, aren't we leaving anyway?
Yeah.
You'd have to figure out how to get through their army.
That's...
There's a full army out there.
Do you want to see?
No, I'm good. I trust you.
Sure,
I'd still
how
like
do I
to
look at this
see.
army?
Yeah.
He
Trust
puts,
you.
he
Well, then
he
please.
floats towards Rolf and puts his hand on his head, and Rolf sees a vision of the entrance hall you saw that you guys entered through. You see a large amounts of fire giants and Duergar standing ready at the exit.
Oh shit. Yeah, we have company.
And you see squadrons, one led by Flint and the other one led by Oral, going inside Graven Hollow to look for you guys.
Oh, this is not good.
This is not
What's-
good at all.
What's 2 to 3 people gonna? It's not a big deal.
I mean, he described, like, brigades,
Fire giants.
squadrons.
Yeah.
Oh. Is there a back door to this place?
Is there?
Toronto says, yes, there is. But then you would be caught into the multiversal ring. And then you have no idea where you'll end up.
Right.
Okay, so we have to go through
The main entrance.
the main entrance.
Mm-hmm.
What? This ring, is it when we use it? Is it instantaneous?
It is an action, so if you are outside the main entrance, you can teleport out.
I think we just need to go out and.
We need to go out, press through, and hope for
Yeah.
the best.
Wait, because I think the goats have like a ram. They do.
Well,
Ram
others-
people.
aren't the rest of the stone giants fighting as well?
No,
I mean, I don't know how
they're
much
ignoring,
that is.
they're ignoring the fire giants.
Oh,
I explained
the
the rules to the fire giants and what they are supposed to do inside there, and then the fire giants listened to it. The Duergar listened to it, and they're like, "Okay, we'll keep to those rules," and then they'll run in.
that's real bad for us.
Anyone know any illusions at all?
I mean, I could go invisible and get myself out, or me and Spitz out.
Wait, because I have invisibility as well. So if you do the second level, you can target another one. The third level, I'm sorry.
I'm pretty
And you can
stealthy.
target another one. Yeah, I can target Rolf. You can take Noriko, and he can stealth in. And I have.
Well, I only have it for my racial.
Oh, that's
Then
right. You're a Duergar.
Then it wouldn't affect Spitz, then it would just be Spider walking around.
Well, yeah, but they're not looking for a spider; they're looking for Ulgrim.
Yeah.
So, Trotsky, Rolf, you guys don't have any illusions? Like any minor illusions?
No.
No, but I can change in something very small.
Yeah.
You can.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can get you invisible then, Philvan.
I'm
I can
pretty.
get Noriko. I
I'm
can get
pretty-
Noriko invisible.
I'm pretty stealthy already.
Yeah. So I don't know, like Rolf turn into a mice, jump on Philvan. Ogrim goes invisible, and I get Noriko invisible.
Yeah.
And well, Brewski, this is where we say goodbye, man. I'll see you soon.
I am a little bit exhausted though. I don't know about my abilities right now. Anything you can add on to mine would be great.
Take and lead the goats all the way out. You got that? And the steel defender goes and nods. So
yeah.
he's just
I'm
gonna take the goats.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I mean, it sounds a horrible. No, because I'm pretty sure the goats aren't coming with us if we're going to be sneaking out and teleporting.
Yeah, if we're gonna be sneaking out, they're not coming with us. That's
Yeah,
why he's taking them.
Okay.
It's not gonna be
Ulgrim's-
however far I want from him, and he can still follow all my stuff. He will follow my
Yeah.
commands. He will follow that one command. Where
So,
should we go? Do we
anybody?
know-
Oh,
Do we know where Tarantar's tower is? Because I can just tell my steel defender to go there, and we'll meet him
I
there.
mean, I feel like it's going to be a long way to get him there. That's probably
Yeah.
why he gave us the ring just to teleport.
Walking would take
Or
a
to
very long
Golden Grim.
time.
Or to Guntelgrim.
I say we just, let go of the, this lives out time. Just tell your steel defender to keep them here, and they'll just live here forever until we can come back and take them out.
I do that. Prishki. Friend.
I'm gonna ask them. Do you guys have anything else that you can give me? Anything that would help? Because I am a little bit exhausted.
I'm looking through my things.
Sanctuary. It's 1 minute.
Yeah, I don't have anything that does ability checks.
Warding bond.
I put my
1
hood
hour.
up.
I cannot give you any of my magic items because
Yeah,
otherwise
if
they get
you-
dispelled.
Yeah, if you die, and then you somehow teleport your body to me, I'll be able to
Wait.
verify it.
Nice. Okay.
Wait. Since we level up, nobody think I have to.
I mean, you did just get inspiration from the
Yeah.
Sharn, so that'll give you advantage on your check.
I'm gonna ask this stone giant. Anyway, you can
What
walk me
needs
out.
help in any way?
Who said
Oh,
that?
can you make him invisible?
I can do that. I could make you all invisible.
That would be amazing.
Well, that'd be
I
perfect.
could make someone. I could enchant one of you to be foresightful.
Wait. if you can turn us all invisible, I can turn my Steel Defender invisible.
I
can
turn
take
my
concentration
Steel
on that.
Defender also invisible.
Well, there we go. We're taking the Steel Defender.
Well, I mean,
Although
can you?
the goats is a bit pushing it too far.
Fuck
Well-
the goats.
Okay,
I mean,
your opinion on goats is well noted, but Ulgrim can cast invisibility on himself with Find Steed. Any spell I can cast on myself, I can cast on Spitz. So I could get myself in Spitz,
invisible. There you go.
and then if you, I mean, you can cast it on the rest of them, and then our artificer can cast it on the goats.
I can give someone a +5 to ability checks. To stealth.
Well, yeah, that's
And that's it.
yeah. I think because how many people can you? How many people can you make invisible?
I'm counting because he's a higher level caster. 1.
So
Because I think Drosky
9th
can,
level should be 8.
Yeah, because Drosky, I think you can get.
If he uses a
2.
9th level spell, he can do 8 people.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Or 8
Yeah,
creatures.
I think that'll.
I can only do 2.
Yeah, if he can do 8, he can get all the goats and all of them, because Ulgrim can get himself in Spitz.
We're taking the goats then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He will use his 9th level spell. Remember, if you cast a spell or attack, the invisibility will be gone.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I would not recommend doing that.
So let me do this first. Before you do that, I will cast. Just before he casts it on everyone, I will touch what's his name? Rolf. I will touch Rolf. And I will use Warding Bond. I know he's got one of the lowest ACs.
Oh, you're marrying him.
Wait, I don't have the ring. So nope, I cannot do that. Sorry, Rolf.
Midnight. I think we can find a ring. Hold on. Do you want manacles instead?
Yeah, that was the most disappointing proposal I've ever seen.
Yeah. Instead, I'll
If
give you
marry me,
Sanctuary.
you open up the box and it's empty.
Yeah, instead, I'll give you Sanctuary for 1 minute. Anyone who hits you has to make a wisdom saving throw, sorry. For 1 minute.
So Toronto Vryn will cast invisibility and tell you to follow him to the exit.
Yep.
Alright.
And I will do so quietly.
You think
Yes.
these stone giants will help us, Toronto?
No.
Like even sneak us out at all?
They'll help us if those fire giants attack him, but not us.
Ooh, okay.
As you follow Toronto, you see here a group of, from one side you see a fire giant with a group of Duergar, and on the other side you see a group of Duergar, one of them running in, very angry. Hey! Hey, you there! Have you seen a tiefling, and a bunch of goats, and a bunch of other dwarves? No, I have not. Let's see how well his deception actually is.
I will give him a +5. As well as inspiration if need be.
23.
Well, that's a 23. There we go.
And now for oral insight.
It's not very insightful.
No, he could still roll a natural 20, but
Yeah.
-1 on it.
Yes!
Do not look at the other way! Runs up. Alright.
Thank God for low wisdom and low
Yeah.
intelligence. I think he also had low charisma. It was a mess.
Yeah, he had really low stat. He was so lucky
he's
on
got-
Yeah.
the gauntlet of ogre strength.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got some HP to him, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
20.
guessing this is a.
20 constitution.
I'm guessing, what is that? A character from a different campaign, or?
No, it was one of my last characters.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
that was his previous character. They fought a demon lord, and they lost so badly that they basically just ran away. And his character was unconscious when the rest ran away.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the demon lord took him and made him his bitch.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And that guy hit like a truck.
And you go through a female fire giant with 2 flaming shields stands there looking at everything that goes through. And I would like you guys to make a stealth check.
Now, here's a question: do I make a stealth check, or does Spitz make a stealth check because I'm mounted?
Whichever one is higher.
Spitz it is.
No
Do we get advantage
but the
before we
DC is
Oh, okay.
lower.
Alright, good stuff, good stuff.
Invisibility does not give advantage on stealth checks. It only lowers the DC.
Well, it just means that they can't see us, but doesn't mean they can't hear. Or...
I will
Something like
use inspiration.
Yeah,
Wait, no,
think-
I will
How-
use luck. I will use luck. So I can choose.
Yeah, I think I'll use
Yep.
use that as well.
That's way better. Rolf, you
Um,
get a +5, buddy.
I think I use inspiration. I mean, I can use that, right?
Yeah.
And just want to say, I want to be ahead, just a bit
Seriously?
ahead of Brandor.
You still
Oh,
get a
boy.
+5, buddy. So that's 10.
I'd like to not be next to Rolf.
So, Rolf, you were on your mount, right? On your mountain goat, right? Which one
Yeah.
was your...
Balthazar.
Yeah, Now here's the question. Are you willing to sacrifice your goat?
He is willing. Not happy. Definitely not happy.
As you jump off your goat real quick, the fire giant picks up a rock and throws it at the invisible goat. 15 to hit. Actually misses the goat.
I need to go. I need to go. It was nothing. You thought you heard a bunch of giant goats sneaking past. It's all in your
I'm-
mind.
Can I take out the bell and just chuck it behind them? It's not an attack, I'm just throwing it.
Go ahead and make a deception check for that.
What was it, sorry?
Deception check.
Deception?
Yeah, deception.
Yes.
As opposed to reception.
Fuck. I'm frozen.
20.
Yes, the Lisbistus
Oof.
complex.
Sorry, my PC just lagged out.
As the fire giant lady throws another rock at the area where the bell come from. These halls are whispering. You there, elf boy. Have you seen a group of dwarves with a tiefling? Can't say that I have. Now I'm continuing my stroll.
Yeah, we need to keep going.
As he walks further on. Goes through a hallway. See handsome Flint.
Legolas, no.
Demon Legolas.
Oh, Demon Legolas?
Yeah. The player that used to play him, because this is the other character that got abandoned by the party with the Demon Lord. Had the meme that he took Legolas pictures as his characters.
Oh.
Yeah, you had to see the last one. Glint.
Wait, it was Glint, then Flint?
No, it was
We have-
Flint,
we have
No.
then Glint.
We have
And
Spl-
Splint.
Yeah, we have Flint, we have Splint, and we had Flint, and only like at the end of the first session that they played together, they realized, oh wait, those names are really alike.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then Flint got captured by the Demon Lords, and he made a new character named Glint.
Oh boy.
It was the brother or something like that.
Yeah,
The
twin
ugly
brother.
brother. Yeah.
Wow.
It was hysterical. The picture was amazing.
As you
Was
might-
it just mirrored?
Yeah. I know, it was. I have it somewhere here.
It's all good. I trust you.
Yeah, I don't think you're making up a previous character's name, Glint and Flint. I mean, there's one right there.
Should have named myself Sprint.
Here you have the other one.
Nice.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
why Flint ventured first.
Yeah, I mean, that, like, at first he's like, what's happening? And he's like, wait, that's happening?
Yeah. As you march through the tunnel, Tarantar, another stealth check.
Oh goodness, it's fine.
Can I inspiration?
Sure.
What's that mean? Just reroll?
Yeah.
You rolled a 26. Oh no.
What?
Oh,
I had disadvantage
Buddy.
because I am exhausted.
oh, buddy.
Oh no.
Rolf, you need to give up that goat.
Yeah.
It's trying to kill you.
Wait. Rolf's goaded. Oh no, it missed. That's right.
Yeah, it rolled the opposite of that last time.
Yeah.
Does anything happen if I go with the 0 honor?
No.
Okay.
It's lose
But,
your hair.
Flint
That's about it.
has a pretty good passive perception.
No, I think your beard just completely falls off at 0
Yeah.
on it.
It was
That is
fake
it.
anyway.
You don't have a beard if you have 0 on it.
It's fake,
does,
so.
He does see the invisibilities as he knocks an arrow and starts firing, and then we roll initiative.
Sorry, guys.
Ah. Flint, why you gotta be like that?
Exhaustion got me fucked up.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, do I get your bonus, Olgrim? For 8.
Yeah, if you're within 10 feet of me, you get your +4 to initiative.
Okay.
Hey.
Wow.
There's some honor. Yeah. This is not good.
What are you talking about? This is fine.
At least there was no fire giant in this group.
I'm still invisible. I'm running.
the first one on this turn, Rolf, your turn.
The plan is running, Tar, alright?
Yeah, I think so.
For now, it's run time. So, damn it. And
Want to do an escape check?
yeah,
Alright, go ahead and make either athletics or stealth.
Oh, is that the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're trying to get to the south.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were going this. Never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Which way is actually the way to the...
River was going down.
So you did good.
Alright. So I'm good.
Yeah.
Alright. Then I make a strength check. Nah, athletics. He
Alright.
can do that.
You run off without any problems as you're safely off the map. Now it's time for Durgar's turn. We'll walk over here. And we'll attack the invisible goat with disadvantage. By the way, a 12 misses. Next Durgar, we'll do the same thing. But with that, will hit for 5 damage. Broski, your turn.
Bye-bye. Double dash. And I will follow Rolf. Which I don't know which way he went, I just saw the doors.
Yeah, he went down. Go ahead, make either a stealth or an athletics check.
Athletics +1, stealth +6. Stealth. And I'm gonna give myself Flash of Genius for 23.
Alright. And you're so good and safe from the battle map. Alright, and the next Durgar. We'll walk over to here and attack Spitz with disadvantage. That's a miss, I assume.
Yep, yeah, AC 14.
The next one, I'll do the same. Also a miss. This one will go for the goat. That is a miss. Philvin, your turn.
Okay. I have 50 with a dash. If I dash again, is that an extra 25?
You do take opportunity attacks, though. At least from this one here.
Oh, okay. Just trying to...
I thought they had to see you.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I did
because
have
I-
a natural
Yeah.
one.
Well, I think,
Yeah, but invisibility vetoes that.
Okay.
yeah, it's specific. It's weird about opportunity attacks. You have to physically see the creature, so if they're blind or you're invisible, you should be able to move away.
Okay, and I don't really want to be leaving everybody.
I mean, everybody's leaving.
Let's see. Fuck. I don't like the fact that I'm leaving people and it was my fault, but I'll do it.
It's not only your fault.
There were more that failed.
Hmm?
There were more
25
that
gets... 25 got me to the very edge. I don't know if I can escape, but...
failed. You already did your action and your bonus action to get there, right? Then no, this
Yeah.
turn you can't escape.
Okay, I'll
Wait, you
I'll
took
turn on.
75?
Yeah, because I have dash bonus, bonus action dash.
Oh, that's right. You were like all the way up there.
I'm gonna
Yep.
go. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll go there, and just huddle down.
Just hiding.
Yeah, because I know I can't escape yet.
Alright. And a Duergar will walk forward. Misses. Ogrim, your turn.
Okay. For my action, can I just pick up Narika?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm picking her up, throwing her over my shoulder, and Spitz is running. As we do, can I just like slap Butthead on the No, that'd be an attack.
Well, you already used your action, so
Yeah. I just whisper to Butthead. I'm like, Butthead, choose life, run. And I could just make it to the edge of the make it to the edge, but I can't get out. And I just say, Narika, run.
I thought you.
She can run on her turn or whatever.
and a Duergar's. We'll go to. All of them are in it for
Wow,
Butthead. Misses. Looks to here. Throws a javelin and splits with disadvantage. But a 22 will hit for 10 piercing damage. Now it is Narika's. She will do an escape attempt. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. She's in the safety zone. Now it is Demon Flint's turn. Oh, that's not right. Yeah, now it is correct. As it goes around the corner. And Vilvan is behind a rock. So it's only Butthead, Spitz, and Ogrim. So a d6. 1, 2 is Butthead, 3, 4 is the spider, and 5, 6 is the dwarf. Goes for Butthead.
No. Go.
No, Butthead.
Flee.
First arrow with disadvantage. But still hit for 24 damage.
Oof.
And then the second shot. Disadvantage, but still
Oh
hits
my
for 22
goodness.
damage. As Butthead has died.
Butthead, no.
2 arrows.
And all of a sudden, a dead goat appears.
And a dead goat. They're still invisible. Only blood suddenly
Yeah.
appears on the ground. Then, because he
Yeah,
got a
he-
killing blow, he gets an extra shot with his special ability. And now he has 2 targets to pick from. 1, 2 is the spider. 3, 4 is the dwarf. Goes for the spider. 11 is a
It
miss.
misses. It misses. Let's go, Splits. You gotta live.
Action surge.
Ah, this is bad.
15.
Yeah.
That'll hit for 23 damage on the spider.
Oh no, splits.
I mean, I could just summon Splits back.
You do have to make an acrobatics check to see if you fall prone or not. Round is
Okay.
gone. It's DC 10 or something, I believe.
Can I use athletics or is it just
No,
acrobatics?
it's acrobatics in the descriptor of the rules, I believe. But it's always DC 10, no matter how it actually happened. So you're prone. In this case, this is actually good for you because he's going to fire at you now. But with
I mean,
disadvantage,
it's double disadvantage.
11,
Yeah, 11 will miss.
and that is his turn. Now for Duergar. Dash. 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 Rolf, you're in the safety vicinity. So, do you want to return to the battle map, or you're good?
I'm good.
Alright. Droski, you're also safe. You want to return?
Nope.
Alright. Vilven, your turn.
Is it an action to escape map?
Yeah. And you have to stand at the border of the map, so that's down there.
Can I shoot? What happens if I shoot Ulgrim and do a push? Out of the map?
Then you can make a check for him to get him off the map.
Okay, I'll do that.
I mean, I've got a plus 12.
I just want to try shooting you anyway. Remember, push. If you want to get pushed, I'm gonna push him.
But a 13 is, I think, a miss on him.
Yeah.
Oh, did I have a disadvantage? Oh, you're
He's
right.
prone.
One more.
Yeah. Now you're
I'm,
not
I'm
invisible.
prone and invisible and surrounded by Durgar.
Oh, then it's normal, my bad, because it cancels each other out. So it's normal, so 21 would hit, but Vilven is now not invisible anymore.
Okay.
Well, no, it would still be disadvantage
No. You have...
because prone is disadvantage
Yeah, I
on
know.
range attacks.
Yeah, but he is invisible, so he has advantage, and 2 times disadvantage does not cancel out 1 advantage. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't
have
think it
fi- If you have
stacks.
5 reasons to have disadvantage, and you have 1 reason to have advantage, the roll is normal.
So what ability check do you want me to do for him?
We'll do, because this is, because you're pushing him, let's say an athletics check.
Athletics, okay. Oh, you're gonna go against it?
No, I have to. I rolled a con save because I'm
I failed
concentrate-
anyway.
I'm concentrating on it being invisible.
What happens is he gets pushed to here.
That sucked.
If I shoot him again, is it gonna only push him left?
If you shoot him again, you might, and you succeed the athletics check, you might get a proper escape.
I'll have one shot. I'm sorry, Ulgrim. Where's another one?
So this time it is with disadvantage.
Oh, 14.
Because now you're not
Don't think so.
invisible anymore, and he is still prone. And invisible. So, 14, I think that is a miss.
Yeah. Sorry, Ulgrim. That's the best I can do. Bonus action disengage. Action surge escape.
Alright, go ahead, make an athletics or stealth check.
Hopefully this works, because I'll probably die. Oof.
Good one. safe with the rest. Then a Duergar. Walks up to here. Ulgrim, your turn.
Yeah, we get up and try and get out of here.
Alright. And with that, successfully escaped.
Boy, Gilfin, we gotta have a conversation.
Did you not say push push?
No!
What? Oh, sorry. Heat of the battle.
Oh, we're gonna get to that wizard's tower, and then I'm gonna kill you.
Whoa! I tried to help.
Let's not kill each other.
As you go further on, you are back at the entrance. You see, I haven't put it in there, but from afar, you see a large legion of fire giants and Duergar ready.
Okay, we did teleport now.
Points at you have to go down the stairs.
Oh, fine.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least we're all still invisible, except for Philvin.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go.
Wait,
Wait.
wait. I will run up to Philvin with my goat and cast invisibility at 3rd level for me and him.
I just feel a cold hand. Ah!
Now we'll erase the invisibility and then go back invisible again.
Alright. And as you go down the stairs, who will use the ring to teleport?
Who has the ring? We never talked about this.
He gave it to one of you.
Nobody
I mean-
has the ring.
We'll say
Sure,
Ulgrim
I
has
get it. Yeah, Ulgrim has
Or-
it. Yeah. You're
No,
the
no,
most
wait.
responsible one.
Sure.
I'll say this, who has the fastest responding time?
Who has a better initiative? I have a +2.
I think it's Ulgrim.
I have
got
a
+4.
Because, yeah, Ulgrim has a +5 with his aura, and he has advantage because of the shield.
Dang.
Yeah, so you have it. There you go.
So once we're there, Ulgrim teleport.
As you teleport out, you come into a dark room. And glowing eyes are staring at you. And then the question is asked, what is that password?
Maleth, the fake goddess, makes the worst fate.
Yes. Welcome in the Tower of Rin. And that is where we'll end today's session.
Hey.